Roxanne, thank God.
Williams, what the hell are you doing here?
Myers. Is he dead?
Myers has zero emotion. He has no motives. If he sees, he kills.
Tell the town to lock their doors. No one in, no one out.
The Jeff Michin Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
Good afternoon and evening, everybody, throughout the Jeff Michin Network, Multiverse of Media. Yes, you are hearing us right. We are here on a Tuesday night because it's time again for our exclusive watch-along coverage of JJ's NXT, Walter's NXT, and it's damn near Noah's NXT too. Welcome, everybody, to our coverage of the July 16th episode for 2024 of NXT. I am, of course, the founder himself, Jeff Michin, joined currently on screen by the Renegade JJ Williams and Mr. Reliable, dramatic pause, reliable Walter Cruz is here, everybody. Good to see you both, and I'm sure it's good to be seen. How's everybody doing on this Tuesday night?
Well, you just stole my gimmick. Hashtag stick to your shtick.
I'm the boss. I own all the shticks.
That is a lie. That's a flat out lie. But it is good to be seen. It's good to be here, if even for only 29 minutes until NXT goes live, because I don't want to know what happens before I can see it for myself.
It's valid.
That's why I'm turning the reins over to Walter for color man par excellence today.
Yes.
After all, it was his idea to do this impromptu last week.
Yes.
Kind of rogue, under the radar.
Yes.
You know, calling Noah up. Hey, man, you need to watch NXT live right now. And somehow, some way, without money, without bribery, he was able, without drugs or alcohol or women, he was able to get Noah to stop what he was doing, turn on the television, and actually watch my NXT live for just a normal episode, not a TV special, not a Great American Bash or anything like that. He got him to turn it on, and they did for about the last 45 minutes, an impromptu watch along of last week's NXT.
Yes.
And with what transpired last week, we ended up running it back. And honestly, aside from, you know, the PLEs, aside from the specials, which were already allotted to me, anytime we do just a random NXT like this, I got no problem giving it to Walter. He's just as passionate about this NXT as I am. And he's always looking to get more involved. So, let him. Noah believed in Joe Hendry before most of us believed in Joe Hendry Mansfield.
Oh, Mansfield's here. Hi, Josh. How are you?
Yeah. Noah's the one that put us all on to him.
Well,
Noah and Dattila.
I was going to say,
the
Noah.
main ones
that
were pushing the Joe Hendry love.
We just don't promote Dattila on Tuesdays because she don't bother watching NXT. So, Say his name and he appears. but Dattilo won't see it with us. Anyway, but whatever. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm on the petty train tonight. Don't mind me, folks. Anyway, Walter, how the hell are you? You still dealing well with this California heat bullshit? Or
Yeah, I am. It's ridiculous though. It actually got cool last night. I was like, whoa, that's different.
It is very clear when the sun is up, it is relentless. When it goes down, depending on what part of the state you're in, it can get downright chilly if you let it. So,
although it was Kenny Chesney who once told us everything is hotter when the sun goes down.
Well, that's
and when you up in the high desert, it's hard to argue that it still be like 80 degrees at 8:30 at night when the sun goes down. It's like it may not be the triple digits we get during the day heat, but it's still hot as biznalls.
Yes.
So I'll take it. It was 98. I'll take that rather than 104.5 at 9 a.m.
This triple digit, like I'm still convinced. Like I said, Mother Nature realized it was a solstice. Like, oh shit, gotta turn the temperature up. Like, bitch, where were you yesterday? And don't make us suffer for your lapse in getting your shit done. Damn lady, you bipolar crazy. Anyway, yes, I am definitely in a post. It's really not a post-COVID energy burst. It's coming off of the adrenaline of interviewing where I did yesterday and just kind of being on that wait list now and hope and pray type thing. But I am grateful to be here, as I pointed out to a very good friend of mine in Canada. It's until I hear back, this is where the money lies, brother. So gotta keep on trucking along, and you'll see the updated watch along trailer from this guy right here during NXT's first major non-picture commercial break, because we do have it updated. This Misa Gonna Die tour will never end.
For real, it's getting so bad that the images are literally only on the screen for 1.1 seconds.
Yeah.
Which means they actually only sit there for 0.1 second, because it's a 1 second slide to transition.
Yes.
So that everything's there, and then it actually sits there for 0.1 second.
Yeah,
before it's on to the next one. It's like, Jesus Christ. The trailer used to actually like really get rolling when Fred said, "Here we go again."
Yeah.
Now you're like halfway through the trailer by the time he says that, because we got so much shit that we're covering.
It's to the point that every time JJ edits it, something gets added.
No,
literally, like there are 3 watch-alongs in a row this week.
Yes.
So the one that's up there right now starts tomorrow.
Yep.
Then the one that gets ran tomorrow will start with Thursday. Then the one that we run on Thursday will start Saturday. And then I'll finally be able to like have a week, hopefully, fucking Tony Khan, Paul Levesque, whoever's in charge of TNA, don't fuck with me. Hopefully I'll have a week between Slammiversary and Death Before Dishonor where we can actually have the same trailer. What, Jeff? Oh, Blood and Guts. Blood and Guts. So still, between Slammiversary and Blood and Guts.
Only 4 days, guys. It's only 4 days.
Few days. That's a Micha's Musings. That's a Stat Boy Sports Bar. And that might even be able to get snuck in on the Greg Cherry Show ahead of Blood and Guts.
Mm-hmm. Let it be.
Holy hell.
Let it be. Let it be, Tony. And yes, we are where they watch. We know they're going to add like 6 more shows between now and then, just to mess with JJ's trailer making. And yes, trust me, Sven, I am very aware that there are a lot of different unions involved in the House of Mouse. I will say this, because this isn't proprietary information anymore, because I'm not part of the union anymore. When I got hurt in my car accident last year and was out for a while, the union within the department I was working in got us a $5 an hour raise. So when I came back to work, I only got a bump in pay. I got back pay. Thank you very much. We believe in the unions. I don't know about believing in Joe Hendry or trusting the system, but I believe in unions. By God, I got paid to fly out last year. So that was the reason we were able to do so much cool stuff last year, is because I had that union money coming in. So anyway, Yes, it is NXT live tonight, of course. And as the ticker says, we're not going to show you the video on here because we don't do that. We enjoy not infringing on somebody else's copyright. So we don't want to do that. However, we do have 6 between matches and segments. We've got 6 different announcements coming from coming in from NXT tonight. I didn't want to click that button. And yes, so that makes a good point in the comments. We also have the Olympics coverage coming up. So, but that'll be after. I know the opening ceremonies are this weekend, but I don't know if we'll have
Next
coverage
weekend.
right.
The 26th.
I could have sworn it was 19th. Okay, well, good. That gives us time. So I appreciate that. Thank you, NBC.
And Mikey has to work on that day, so we won't be covering the opening ceremonies.
That's okay. I know it's the opening ceremonies.
The first thing that we might be covering, depending on if she's going to be a part of it, would be the artistic gymnastics women's team final, Tuesday, July 30th, if Simone Biles is a part of the grouping there, because we only really want to cover the stuff she's going to be in. She's the draw. She's the headliner when it comes to the gymnastics. She's the name.
Yeah,
So we want to cover that stuff.
I'm definitely going to go over the Olympic schedule here, since it looks like I'm not going tomorrow after all, which is, I'm glad we didn't heavily promote it. I know it's on there in the YouTube. I may go with your plan B suggestion that we talked about for tomorrow, just because it's going to be hotter than Bisnalls tomorrow, and the amount of travel time to get down there and back versus the return, not worth it. So we'll talk more about that after NXT.
I was going to say that backup plan is almost 22 hours of content.
Then we'll start it early in the morning tonight.
You basically have to start it at midnight and run it for all 24 hours.
Well, maybe we'll start after we're done here, because we do have a watch along tomorrow too, and they're coming back as well. So yeah, I'll figure out the timing and go from there. It's not important in the exact moment. However, for tonight, and yes, you know what? I agree with it being on Peacock. Romans light that torch. Why not? I agree with that. Acknowledge him, Perez. Damn it. All right, let's see what we got here.
Now, they should have PCO lighted, the French-Canadian Frankenstein.
There you go. Hey, Josh, once that goes on Disney Plus, you can watch it anytime after that, right? So you can actually just stick with us till 7. It's only 1 more hour. I don't think your Star Wars head's going to burst in 1 more hour. I'm waiting. But I'm also running the joint.
He's afraid that someone online is going to spoil it for him, much like he spoils shit for us.
That's right. Josh, that's what we call hypocrisy. Shame on you, Mansfield.
He's the reason I got out of the other chat.
That's right. Now, as far as tonight goes, like I said, we're going to be live at the top of the hour on USA Network. And again, we're not going to be showing that video, so please give the USA Network a little love. If you're in Canada, watch it on TSN. If you're not in USA or Canada, I don't know where the fuck you're watching it, but watch it anyway, because I don't know. I don't have that information. However, this has been pretty much touted. God, the graphics look so bad. I wish they'd done the freaking long ones.
I know, for whatever reason they didn't this time, so just gotta roll with what we got.
I know. They sent me an email promoting it in my work email that had YouTube friendly images, but I couldn't save those for whatever reason. It pisses me off. Anyway, so this has been advertised as pretty much the main event. We've got Femi, the bad motherfucker, taking on Chase U's 6'5", just dominant member so far, Duke Hudson. And I don't know how to feel about this, Jay. I really feel like the fact that I forgot the guy that was part of Sheamus' squad that's in
Rich Holland.
Rich Holland. God, that's gonna suck later. The fact that Rich Holland arranged this, I really feel like this is the point where we're going to start having the dissension return to Chase U. It worries me. Legitimately worries me about our boys.
I forgot his name last week too, so don't worry.
Yeah,
it's a fair thought process, but it's it also could be a positive setup in the fact that we're being set up to really try to prove his mettle and help him earn his spot in Chase University.
True.
You know how I feel about this?
Oh,
A little moosey.
almost. Well, again, that's a we with the that enjoy the what do you call it? The forbidden door possibilities would be good. Well, you know, Josh, charity starts at home. Just throwing that out there. Anyway, I know you don't get paid till later, Josh. I'll just keep fucking with you as long as you keep mentioning stuff like that, just so you know. But yeah, we got Duke and Oba tonight. We've got we have a photo coming in the Facebook, so I'm gonna see what's going on over there. Genuinely curious. What happened? Where is it? Yeah, we've got that. We're gonna hear from Roxanne Perez tonight. We've got the ladies of NXT in action. We've got a couple of 6-person. Oh, look at you. Where do these come from?
WWE.com.
WWE.com. Where the hell was these? I checked that yesterday. You guys suck, WWE. All right. Well, I'll make sure we get those loaded in. But let me go ahead and just do that so I can do that. They will be Michinized, so it is what it is, kids.
I was going to say you can keep running through with the ones that you've got, and then while we do this, you can do the Michinization process.
Well, I'm on the phone doing my part on screen, so once I get off the phone and off screen, I can do that.
Okay.
As good as this phone is, I can't multitask it that well.
What they added some information.
No, I
there?
just found the YouTube friendly images that Jeff was just bitching about not being able to find
because they weren't up there on WWE.com when I checked yesterday. So piss on them. Hey, that's great, Wes. But let's go ahead and keep it relevant to here. So you're gonna get timed out for the night because I'm not in the mood. Now, Hayden Paxley, who has been. Well, no, not banned. Just timed out for the night.
Just breaking the hammered out.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Whatever. Anyway, Tatum Paxley tonight again. I always forget Izzy's last name.
Dame.
Izzy, of course,
like a
Dame.
female. She's a
Izzy
Dame.
Izzy Dame. Yeah, Izzy Dame.
Not Dane, like a Great Dane.
Yeah. Well, no, definitely not. Izzy Dame, of course, part of this. This new, I guess, group of baddies within NXT as far as the female side of things go, and you've got Tatum Paxley, who's
you could call it the modern Toxic Attraction.
Yeah,
and then AC now kind of in the Mandy role as the leader, and Jasmine and Izzy and possibly Fallon kind of playing the other roles here.
Yeah, I'm a fan of her. I'm also a fan of Tatum's. Again, Tatum's been most definitely been the wild card as of late. So I'm curious where they're going to go with either one of these ladies tonight as we go through NXT. I do not want to click that. It's going to make it go away.
I want to see Tatum and Wendy Chu with her evolved personality as a tag team.
That's valid.
I was just
they want to spice up that NXT women's tag division. That's how you do it. Stuff like that. It's always been, that looks really bad with the double logos. Again, this is why we go live early, folks. We want to make sure we get everything crisp and ready for you. Now, interesting, they have 2 6-person tag matches. This one, of course, kind of has been building off and on for a few weeks now, maybe in a couple of months, maybe in a few months. But the OC against OTM. I know you're a fan of OTM, Jay. I know you've been enjoying their presentation. Hard not to love the OC. As far back as I go with Karl Anderson and the Doc here, and of course we actually had Mia Yim signed at one point for Wild, so it's hard for me to be neutral. But what are you guys thinking about this one?
I'm a fan of all 6 individuals.
Yeah.
My question is can we even call them the OC anymore since they're no longer with AJ? I just think of them as the Good Brothers and Mia Yim. Like, I don't even refer to them as the OC anymore. You almost never even hear them referred to as that. It's always Anderson and Gallows. You can see Anderson's even wearing a Good Brothers t-shirt. He's not wearing OC in the render.
GBM.
And then you've got OTM over there, which is a favorite tag team of Noah's.
And there he is. Say his name and he appears. All right, continue.
Too weird.
I just love me some Jaida Parker.
Yeah, we know you love you some Miss Parker, Walter.
Yes, there's no arguing that.
Parker.
Right. Noah, how are you on a Tuesday night, brother? Good to see you.
It's nice to know at least things in the multiverse remain the same when it comes to fools, but I'm doing all right. Where I would usually be asleep or playing a video game, I'm calling TV NXT because of TNA's involvement and the aspect of how much further it could go into Slammiversary, as well as other stuff I'm hoping that happens based on other things I've seen in wrestling. So this should be interesting, but I'm okay. Good to see y'all as always.
Yeah, we were talking about the card for tonight as we get ready. We're about 10 minutes away from the top of the hour. We're talking about Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dane a little bit ago, and we also have our apparently advertised main event. We're still trying to find out if that's going to be the case or not, but it's been discussed like it is the main event. Of course, Duke Hudson challenging a bad motherfucker Femi for the North American Championship. So we did talk about those prior to your arrival. Any thoughts on any of those before we move on to the next discussion point?
Not at this point. I mean, again, it's a TV episode of NXT. There's not like a big PLE in the near future for them, so I'm not expecting anything huge here. I know we got the Great American Bash. We don't really have any aspects towards what to expect from that, and that's going to take place in August. But sure. I will say this. I think it's a big chance for Duke Hudson to definitely show what he's made of in a singles capacity, while he's already impressed in a tag team capacity. And as far as Izzy Dame, this obsession that Tatum Paxley has, there might be something else accompanying that nightmare in Wendy Chu, and I wonder if that might come to manifest. And does Izzy Dame have somebody to help her in that what could become a tag team battle? And plus, Izzy Dame, again, impressive showing in TNA against the Juggernaut Jordan Grace. Still very young in her level of experience and exposure. A little less than Tatum Paxley, as we've seen. But I'm curious what, both those matches bring.
And then we were talking also about the where did it go? I'll find it. Give me a second. Nothing's ready when I want it to be. There we go. There it is. Talking about longtime favorites of ours. The OC, although JJ is saying they shouldn't be called the OC. I call them the OC still because Doc and Karl were both members of the Bullet Club as well. So that's where I go the OC reference from. But Gallows, Anderson, and Mia Yim against OTM tonight in 6-person tag team action. And that's where we left off as you came on in. Also tonight, at some point during these next 2 hours, we're going to hear from the NXT Women's Champion, Roxanne Perez, as she addresses what is to come in her future. What do you guys think about this? The fact that they're heavily promoting what's going to amount to be an interview segment with the NXT Women's Champion. Do they have another surprise in store for us? What do you guys think?
Me and Walter both nodding our heads. I think we have another Jordan Grace type of moment.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I think Roxanne is going to get on the microphone. She's going to get cocky. She's going to get arrogant. She's going to talk about how she's beat everybody. And here's going to come somebody from the TNA camp, whether it's, Masha Slamovich, whether it's Alicia Edwards, whether it's Timeless Dana Brooke, whether it's Giselle Shaw, whoever it could be. I think she's going to get too big for her 20-year-old britches, and somebody from the former Tennessee-based, former Orlando-based, now Canadian-based Total Nonstop Action Wrestling is going to shatter that forbidden door and come waltzing down.
Canadian-based,
possibly challenge her at the Great American Bash.
I would love to see that at the Bash. But Canadian-based, do they do the turkeys on Canadian Thanksgiving in October? The Canadian based them? What they do? Anyway.
I agree. It's either that.
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's either that or Tiffany's going to remind her that she has the case.
I didn't think about that.
Possibly. It also could be where we get our debut of Stephanie Vacour.
Yeah, there was a question in the chat room. Are we going to see Stephanie tonight? It's like, you know what? I'm pretty. She made it clear she's going to be in NXT during an interview, right?
I think so.
There was an interview with her. So, well, speaking of the TNA crossover, Noah, I know you're looking forward to this as much as the rest of us. Our boys, man, Gallus boys on top, but they got to deal with the Rascalz.
I got to figure Noah's torn here, man. He's got to be like itching at the fact that the Rascalz are back together as a unit, but they're going up against his Gallus boys.
How do you feel, Noah?
Today.
As far as Roxanne, first off, get your facts straight. She's 22. Secondly, I think it's going to be somebody probably outside of TNA because they have some adversity. They have enough to focus on. I'm looking back towards Marigold after watching their incredible show, and I think Julia is finally going to be teased to face Roxanne Perez, who was originally supposed to face a heat wave. So don't just focus on TNA. Look at the rest of the business, considering who Triple H has been reaching out to as of late. Just saying. But back to that six-man tag. It's an interesting situation because there is a conglomeration of former tag team champions on both sides. Wesley, Zachary, Wentz are, of course, former two-time NXT tag team champions, MSK, while Trey, Miguel, and Zachary Wentz are former TNA Impact tag team champions. Then you have Gallus, who, of course, are former NXT tag and NXT UK tag team champions. But I think the big factor here is Joe Coffey. Why he hasn't held gold since 2019, he is the Iron King. He's the leader of the FUM. And I do think that he has a point to prove since Gallus has not been on top for quite a while. But then again, I also look at the Rascalz, and they be looking to put a bid now maybe towards facing the TNA Tag Team Champions, whoever that might be, coming out of some adversity, whether it's the System, the Hardys, or ABC. That's currently our tag team dilemma there in TNA. And as far as NXT goes, it could be very interesting to see which of these trios could go after Axiom and Nathan Frazier at Great American Bash with a win here. And could it maybe not be MSK, but instead be Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz to TNA versus Gallus? Or does Gallus interrupt TNA because the Rascalz come out on top? This is definitely the most unique match for me to look forward to tonight. And I do think on both sides, each side needs a win. But I also see this breaking down to a Donnybrook if neither side gets what they want.
Well, and don't forget, Noah, we're going to see the Rascalz in action on Thursday as they team up with Kushida to take on the No Quarter Catch Club. So would not surprise me if the Rascalz do indeed make that push toward another opportunity for the TNA World Tag Team Championships, because they are involved in the process. And when you're involved in the process, that makes you part of the system, whether you are with them or opposing them. So definitely going to be a very interesting next few days here. When you figure we've got over the next, including tonight, 5 days, 4 watch-alongs, all kind of woven within each other, it's going to get a little batshit crazy around here and throughout the multiverse of media.
Yeah.
I am kind of right along the same wavelength that Jeff is. I see the No Quarter Catch crew getting involved here, completely attacking the Rascalz to help kind of set up on TV the match that's already been canned and taped for Impact this week.
Yes,
to add a little bit more fuel as to why they're going to be on Impact this week.
Yeah, you figure West's friends just didn't come by NXT to help him out at NXT. You know they want him to go back to TNA and kind of give him a little help on their side too. So it's gonna, like I said, this whole time in wrestling, this little prohibitive portal we're all going through at the moment, is definitely must-see TV. I really feel like I'm grateful they're not all on the same night, because now we have the double monitor situation like we're going to have on August 30th with New Japan and TNA both running at the exact same time. Thank you for that in advance, by the way, Tony Khan and New Japan. Just tire my dumb ass out on a hot August night. Jack-offs. But more content, so it's all good. Speaking of that content, as we get ready here, we got just about 2.5 minutes to go. I'm going to deliver on my promises, because that's what I do around here. It's what we do around here. And courtesy
And I'm
of the
going to
Renegade.
graciously bow out and leave it to the other gentleman. Have a great call.
Well, before you go, brother, here is, courtesy of the Renegade himself, our newest watch-along trailer. And we'll be back to kick things off on NXT.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
And it still isn't fully filled out. But again, what we do here is all the wrestling, 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 all the professional wrestling. Damn it. And combat sports and earth sports.
There you go. Gentlemen, as they say at the end of What Happened When, it's just about that time. And good to see Big G in the chat room. Hello, Jeff. Good to see you along for our ride here on NXT on
Tuesday night.
Whatever the hell night. I don't know what night it is. I'm so confused.
Folks, I'm calling NXT TV and the wine and gold era. Something's wrong here, but I
No,
guess
everything is right here.
I guess. If nothing else,
Everything is peachy.
I hope that you're more entertained by us versus Big Joseph and Booker T. Thank you, everybody. Pro Wrestling, Josh Mansfield, Safety, Big G, all the early birds, Wesley, Cleaver, Colin, Andrew, everybody. I hope that you enjoy our content. Daniel, thank you again. If you enjoy what you hear and see, and you want to dictate the conversation, the only way to dictate, super chat, it's as simple as that. And please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. As again, this week, I'm just beginning, so this should be interesting.
I was going to say,
if you can decide to get off my TV.
Yeah, Walter, your audio just went batshit.
No, I was saying if Law and Order can hurry up and get off my TV.
No, what I'm saying, it sounds like you're much more muffled or like much more close to the mic as you were a second ago. So just be aware of it. But yeah, no, you mentioned it. No, tonight you've got NXT. Tomorrow, Dynamite 250. Thursday night, not only the watch along of Impact, but simply predicting Slammiversary, and then the coverage of Slammiversary, and then we go next week into so much more. Man, we are keeping everybody busy. If you're a wrestling fan or a Jeff Meacham Multiverse Media fan, so thank you guys for everybody. It is showtime, folks. Indeed.
Whoa. And you are not imagining things, folks. You look at my screen in green and black. That is Wesley, Trey, Miguel, Zachary, Wentz, and TNA. That is the Rascalz. At the NXT arena, there you see Gallus, Joe Coffey, Mark Coffey, and Wolfgang as we prepare for six-man tag team action here. Welcome to our coverage of this week's episode of NXT. Welcome to WWE Live Watch Event Schedule. Hashtag We Gonna Die 2024 events in full. And again, folks, welcome to the show. I'm the Seminole Foster with Mr. Reliable. You're dealing with Simply Reliable on the call here tonight, bringing you into our complete coverage of NXT TV. And we're kicking things off with six-man tag team action. Thank you all for tuning in. Walter, you ready to go?
Yeah, this is how you start.
NXTNA literally kicking off the airways here as the Rascalz, MSK, whatever you want to call them a trio of unique troublemakers. It has been a wild time this year as of late in professional wrestling, where we have seen people cross the line and move through a prohibited portal, and it continues to unfold tonight, where truly anything can happen now on a Tuesday night, not just a Thursday night, as we have the Rascalz on our screen.
Having a lot of fun, but it's not going to be fun when the big boys arrive.
Oh, no, trust me, it's going to get serious when the bell rings. And do not underestimate who you might look at as three kids. Again, Zachary, Wentz, and Trey Miguel, for those that don't know, they are known as the Rascalz themselves. They work in TNA. You can watch TNA Impact weekly, courtesy of YouTube as an insider, for literally $1 a month, commercial-free uninterrupted 90-minute broadcast every week, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as my screen is went to a Gallus green, meaning that the Gallus boys are here to prove this is their kingdom and why they've been on top. Of course, Gallus are former NXT UK and NXT Tag Team Champions. And Walter, this really escalated after the events that unfolded at Battleground in that triple threat with Joe Coffey, Wesley, and Femi, where Gallus were coming to the aid of their Iron King, the leader of the firm, Joe Coffey, in a losing effort, and they blamed Wesley more for the loss.
Yeah, they definitely blamed Wesley, but it wasn't his fault. I mean, you're in there with the bad month and Wesley, but they tried to interfere, but to no avail. So it leads to this, and I'm glad it does because we get some more NXT.
And of course, Wesley saying that maybe I need to bring a couple of friends in after that tweet sent out by Trey, Miguel, and Zachary Wentz. Bell rings, and we are underway. 6-man action kicking things off here. NXT Gallus versus the Rascalz. Calling a tie between Trey, Miguel, and Mark Coffey. Of course, Trey, Miguel.
Those words are coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm on screen on a Tuesday night for a regular episode of NXT TV. This is my life now. Shoulder block by Trey. Armbringer, extend over the ropes. Outside in. And again, look at the flow. Look at the way Trey Miguel, the innovative offense of the Fresh Prince of Midair. Straight out of Toledo, Ohio, represent. Taking Mark Coffey up and over. Tag made now to Zachary Wentz. Of course, Zachary Wentz, people might remember, formerly involved here in NXT alongside Wesley, MSK, Dusty Cup Tag Team winners, NXT Tag Team champions. Last chance we followed up with the drop kick, and the Rascalz right now. Great early show and cover on Coffey with a 1 count.
Yeah, they're on fire already. And this is like Speed Cube versus Power Cube.
Tag made, and here comes, to your point, the most power that Gallus brings in Wolfgang. Guy that owns a pub and fights in it while serving the drinks. Straight out of Scotland.
For those of you who say, like a lot of people that I know, don't want to watch TNA because they feel like stuff is pre-taped and can be spoiled. But if you think about it, if it wasn't taped, it wouldn't free their schedule up to be able to do NXT and do these things up. So you got to think of it as the cup half full thing, not that cup half empty. It's good that they tape stuff.
In my opinion, I think it also makes it more comfortable for the talent involved. Beautiful Rana out of the corner because it does allow more flexibility in their schedule. To be involved in more action and more showcases and more bookings. And Wesley up and over on the top rope, drops the knees across Joe Coffey. And again, that's the strength of TNA. I've been at TNA tapings. They literally tape weeks of content, including the monthly PLEs, if we're going to call that term, during a single taping at times. I literally went back at Slammiversary 2021 and the post-taping. So TNA has a great system in place. And Wesley taking Joe Coffey around and up and over. And Wesley, beautiful run, a hook of the legs to get the win here. Deep count of 2.
We get a look at the replay here. The delayed flip over into the knees. That was a beautiful move.
And of course, Wesley, before his Rascal showed up, it almost looked like Wesley was about to leave NXT.
He looked pretty depressed that night, did he not?
And still to come tonight, 6-person mixed tag team action, OTM and Michin and the Good Brothers. I refuse to say the OC because that is a stupid name by WWE. And the bad motherfucker will be in play. The North American Championship on the line over Femi. The ruler defends against Chase Hughes, Duke Hudson. Someone's going to die tonight instead of being expelled. Scoop slam by Wolfgang, cover, lateral press, gets a 2 count.
We could call him GBM, just Good Boys and Michin.
Oh, God, man. And Wolfgang dead Wesley as I looked on the replay there. Stun gun across the top rope as Gallus take best control here. And of course, Gallus came back attacking Ivar and Josh Briggs ahead of Joe Coffey's pursuits of the NXT North American Championship. They were gone for several months after that gauntlet match with Rich Holland.
Yeah, they were gone for like at least 2 months. Yeah. No, 3 at least.
Yeah, it's back in February. Armbringer now by Mark Coffey. The Coffey brothers working together here. This is bad for Wesley. Tag made by Wolfgang.
Classic tag team wrestling. Isolate Wesley here.
Well, again, I always say isolate and dominate. Cut the ring in half. And clearly, Gallus is focusing on their prime target. That is Wesley. Tag. That made now Mark Coffey in.
As you previously say, they blame him for their Coffey's loss at Battleground.
Big uppercut by Wolfgang now, and Trey Miguel coming in. Bounces up. Catches him with the enziguri. Oh, God. And Joe Coffey just ran through him. Handspring. Caught with a rising knee strike.
Out.
Oh, God. And Mark Coffey just turned him up and over. Now, Wesley, action breaking down fast and furious. All 6 men down here.
Double knees to the face.
Good grief.
Man. Oh! Something's going on.
Wait, what? Joe Hendry! What?
Hendry!
What the wait? I didn't say his name. What's he doing here?
No one said his name. What does he got to do with this 6-man tag?
I don't know, but do you believe?
I believe.
He's here! Joe Hendry's here in NXT again! After winning the main event last week with Trick Williams, not pitting the NXT champion, but also Joe Coffey's involved in a 6-way eliminator this weekend for the anniversary for the TNA World Championship. We're going to Restaurant Clay picture-in-picture. What the hell is Mr. Motivation doing here? Fuck television!
2 weeks in a row.
Is he doing commentary?
Is he doing commentating?
I mean, Zachary Wentz and Joe Hendry did face off against each other at Under Siege, and Joe Hendry did get the win there. But I didn't think Joe Hendry was feuding with the Rascalz at this point. But again, goes to show you never know who shows up on that Tuesday night. What the hell? The tag made as we are
scouting. You said he's involved in the eliminator. Right? He's
But none of these men are involved. None of these men are involved in that. So is he scouting maybe NXT for more opposition towards maybe gold here? And you wonder if he maybe wants to pursue a championship here. And Joe Hendry now on commentary. You heard me right, folks. Joe Hendry on commentary for NXT. And also, wait. I just realized something. I do remember the purpose now behind Joe Hendry being here. Joe Coffey literally said that Joe Hendry is a joke of a man from Scotland. And that word, calling Joe Hendry a joke, that triggers him because Joe Hendry's worked so damn hard to prove a point that he is not a joke. He is somebody that is a serious deal with in this business and could be a world champion. And clearly those words are not falling on deaf ears. Joe Coffey, though, with control out of the corner. Drops the elbow across Wesley.
Springboard elbow.
Hook on their leg, a 2 count.
That's about what 250 pounds coming down on
Wesley, give or take. I'm not sure how the metric system equates that in stone. Tag made by Wolfgang. Again, the Iron King Joe Coffey has not held gold since 2019. He never held gold in NXT or NXT UK. He hasn't held gold since being part of WWE. Tag made to Mark Coffey out of the corner. Big shoulder block turns Wesley up and over. Golly, cover, hook the leg, 2 counts.
He's been given plenty of title opportunity and shots. He just couldn't pull the trigger.
And again, former Heritage Cup participant, former North American champion participant, former NXT UK champion challenger to the Ring General, Gunther, who of course will be challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam against Damian Priest. And if you saw Raw last night in that face-to-face, it damn sure feels like both men are out to prove a point. Almost to the point it feels personal. Back Gallus traps Wesley trying to foul the corner. Now squared up against Joe Coffey. Center of the ring. Teeing off. Big right hands. Joe Coffey with the push-off, though. Wesley reaching out for the Joe Coffey. Oh, man. Sends him down hard, face first in the canvas. Tag made by Wolfgang. And Wesley's been in this match for quite a duration of time.
At least 8 minutes. He's been in the match.
And who's counting? Again, for those that don't know, Gallus, cover by Wolfgang, 2 count. Gallus are all from Scotland. So this might literally be an international affair, not just an interpromotional affair. Ooh.
The Scottish connection, I guess, it would be why Joe Hendry's here. If they can get off this picture-in-picture so we can hear what Joe Hendry's saying.
And right now, the waist log by Joe Coffey, keeping Wesley in the middle of the ring. Again, folks, 250 pounds of pure motivation. The answer to all life questions. Joe Hendry is on NXT. And apparently, they didn't say his name, but they question his integrity and his culture.
I wonder when his contract expires with TNA.
I don't know. But this is awesome. Joe Hendry on commentary.
His smile alone gets me.
Again, that's motivational enough. Booker T doesn't get it. Booker T's a hater. Just like King. Shout out to ACW fans. But King, you're a hater. Back elbow strike. I'm going to call out people. I don't care. I'm going to call out people as I see it. Tag. Yeah, CM Punk and Renegade Wrestling Jaida wins at the Oma that could take pod shots.
Was that a forearm to the back there, Wesley?
That was a forearm to the small of the kidneys, trying to knock the air out of Wesley. Says Mark Coffey up and over. Wolfgang misses though. Joe Coffey with the miss. Wesley slips out. Good up kick and makes the tag to Zachary Wentz.
There we go. Zachary went on a couple of super kicks here.
I like again Zachary Wentz ever since coming back to TNA. He and Trey Miguel, of course, reclaimed the TNA Impact Tag Team Champions from Subculture. What a missile drop kick, wiping out Joe Coffey and Wolfgang.
That is some speed for you there, Noah.
Knife edge chops and Zachary Wentz right now with a hot tag. Arranged by Joe Coffey. Woo! Good takedown though. Waist slot, German suplex. Blind tap in Mark Coffey. What's Zachary Wentz?
Shout out to JR, but they're quicker than a hiccup out here.
Up and over. Tag made to Trey Miguel. And of course, Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz were the former Impact Tag Team Champions for losing them to the ABC. And of course, now they're held by the system. Scorpion kick and a lightning spiral. Here's the cover. Hook the legs. It's enough. And Wolfgang saves the matchup.
That was a good full cover, too. He had both legs up.
Drop kick. Rascalz taking over. Yeah, he had deep pressure on the legs. But again, Wolfgang preserving the match. The Gallus
move.
This.
What are they going for here, Noah?
Right now, hoisting up Trey. Oh, wow!
Oh, it was like a flipping mule kick.
Revolution drop kick with stereo synergy by the other two Rascalz. Slits on his knees with a DDT from the outside. Trey Miguel wiping out Mark Coffey and Wesley and Zachary Wentz teeing off against Wolfgang. Oh! And Mark Coffey. Or Joe Coffey.
Since Wesley tagged Wentz, the pace has definitely picked up.
And right now, Big PK wipes out Markov on the outside. Rascalz in firm control. What the hell is this? Oh, God! Hot fire! The push-off into the moonsault, wiping out the Gallus firm on the outside.
I think they threw caution to the wind there, Noah.
That's literally what the Rascalz do. And Wesley looking to follow up that cardiac kid. Heart rate, Oliver! A heart attack being delivered with a tope kind of low, wiping out the Gallus from the outside. Rascalz in full control.
I think Joe Henry approves.
I think Joe Henry believes in the Rascalz. Do you believe?
This is how you open a weekly show here.
And again, these are two well-established trios. They know each other inside out. And we're seeing right now which one is working better together. And right now, the double fireman's carry, Wesley, double stop, burning hammer! And that might be enough, Wesley, with the cover! That is it! The Rascalz with the win!
Wow, that kind of came out of nowhere, the ending.
Joe Henry approved. What a tremendous opening trios affair ahead of the Rascalz heading to TNA to take on Kushida. Excuse me, the Rascalz with Kushida taking on the quarter catch
Republic.
Yeah, whatever. The fucking quarter catch group. Cover to again Wesley, the double burning hammer with the double stomp. Wesley getting a great win tonight with some friends. Joe Henry approves and commentary. Gallus not on top.
Simply Reliable approves as well. I mean, I know the Gallus are your boys too, so I know you were a little torn.
Hey, I'm playing by play. What are you talking about? I'm the most unbiased guy here in the multiverse. And shout out to our guest commentator, Joe Henry. And of course, Joe Henry, good luck this Saturday at Summiversary.
I can't. I hope he does get a shot at that TNA title.
And speaking of NXT last week, it was Joe Henry that, of course, showed up as we welcome in the era of all ego after the inadvertent trick shot capitalized. And Joe Henry right now is narrating pretty much what happened last week. And of course, we covered that, Walter. We had a tag team match. Player. It was supposed to be JMN Evans and Trick Williams, but Brooke Jensen, who just got reinstated, attacked JMN Evans before the bell rang. Left Trick Williams all alone. But they said his name. They teased it all night. and he appeared.
Brooks kept saying it all night, I want to make an impact. So, those were a little clue. Impact. He said impact over 5 times last week. He said, I want to make an impact. I want to make an impact since they reinstated him. He said, all I want to do is make an impact.
Yeah, and they also kept saying his name. And you say his name, and he shall appear. Joe Hendry arrived as Ora Metza ran the NXT champion out of the arena. And Joe Hendry gave us a standing ovation and a win in an NXT tag team main event. NXT believes in Joe Hendry. Do you believe?
As we get a backstage segment with Chase U here.
And
As Chase U was talking, just a reminder, Thursday night, as part of our coverage of TNA Impact, we will have the No Quarter Catch crew taking on Kushida and the Rascalz. That'll be part of our show Thursday night here on the Multiverse Media. And you can watch Impact, of course, on AXS TV and on TNA Plus if you got any freaking sense. Because watching on AXS is hard to find, and you have to deal with commercials. We're not dealing with that bullshit. So.
And
I have enough sense.
It's Rascalz, by the way, Jeff. Botch, not Radicals.
Did I say Rascalz? I'm sorry. Jeez.
Yeah, you're right. We're all mouth muttering because the week's just started. We already had Joe Hendry on NXT.
Yes.
Yeah. I just bit the bullet and subscribed to TNA Plus for the whole year.
Boy, there you go.
Yeah.
Do it. Well, Duke Hudson, you might want to wish you had an excuse before taking on the Rue of the Night. Good luck.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, I think they're going to address Roxanne Perez next.
Again, the prodigy who has been fulfilling her self-promise, of course. And Roxanne Perez addressed the NXT universe up next.
I think there was a botch there. She got into her camera shot and realized it and hold ass out of there.
Well, I mean,
I don't know if
you want to confront Roxanne, but this is not the time. And speaking of confrontations, as again we look towards what's ahead in Multiverse of Media, last Friday night we saw what happened when Cody Rhodes and Sikoa and the Bloodline once again ushered in savage action, wiping out the Viper, Randy Orton. But it seems like Cody Rhodes did give Sikoa what he wants. It looks like we do now know our undisputed WWE Championship for SummerSlam. Speaking of championships, from a champion waiting to happen to a champion that should not be happening, Logan Paul will apparently be here on SmackDown this week. Will he answer LA Knight's challenge? Will he sign the contract? Stay tuned, folks. SmackDown this Friday. We're not covering that, but you can, of course, watch that and see, again, as we build towards the biggest part of the summer, which we will cover here at the Multiverse of Media. As we have a full commercial break right now, yes, just to be clear, Joe Hendry is Scottish, so is Gallus. Gallus mocked Joe Hendry, saying he is a joke from Scotland, and apparently Joe Hendry didn't like that. Plus, they did say his name. He didn't get involved here, but I also think he reminded us exactly who we should believe in, who should be on top, and NXT clearly believes in him more than they believe in Gallus. And, of course, the Rascalz, Wesley, Trey, Miguel, Zachary, Wentz, got the win tonight, but they will take on, to Jeff's point, faces tonight, heels on Thursday. Just put that in perspective, folks. Zachary Wentz, Trey, Miguel return home to TNA to take on Kushida, not Wesley, to take on No Quarter Catch crew, Charlie Dempsey and company. There. That pretty much lines everything up.
Joe Hendry showing up randomly for commentary is why you can't miss a single show now. You can't.
Okay, first off, cool your jets. There's 2 reasons why we did this week, and only this week. One, we knew NXT was officially a thing. It was Gallus versus the Rascalz, all right? You motivated me enough with that. And 2, we're covering TNA Impact this Thursday, where NXT is in TNA. So it only made sense to do both this week. Plus, the fact of the matter is that is the go-home show anniversary, and I almost wonder now if NXT will have some implications either towards or after anniversary as we head towards emergence. Do not expect this to become a weekly thing, even if the sports bar is closed, folks, unless you really super chat some weird goal to Jeff and JJ or somehow encourage me to actually.
I'll tell you what. Hey, you know what? We're trying to get people to super chat to get you to join Chase U. If we hit that number, of the 500 between the 2 channels by SummerSlam Saturday, we will do weeklies.
What?
We will do weeklies. I'm here for it. What? Between NXT and TNA, I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's if Noah's available. Keep that in mind also. The man does work. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll definitely be available. But and you were talking about Slammiversary. You were talking about Slammiversary, man. Unbeknownst, Slammiversary may become a phenomenal pay-per-view.
It damn well should.
I mean, after the phenomenal AJ Styles beat Marufuji, Pro Wrestling Noah, and Io Shirai, fucked up names, beat Utami Hayashi. A phenomenal match at Marigold's last show. Anything's truly possible. And again, if you did not watch that Noah or that Marigold show, you owe it to yourself as a fan of Japanese pro wrestling, professional wrestling in general, to watch those. And speaking of pro wrestling, Noah, we know that NXT's Josh Briggs and somebody else will be involved in Pro Wrestling Noah's most prolific tournament of the year, the N1 Victory, to determine who will face the Global Honor Crown, the GHC Heavyweight Champion, at a later day. As we go backstage with Ava Rain and All Ego Ethan Page, our NXT champion, as we're back here on NXT.
Yeah, I'm your champion, and NXT is starting to become an extremely unsafe work environment.
Whoa.
Is that Cedric again?
Wait, well, hold on. He didn't earn the title shot, to be fair. Well, Ava, good luck with this.
Where's Ava's business partners when you need them?
You mean Robert Stevie Turner, who are fighting?
Yeah. Ava telling him he's not in the picture right now, the title picture.
All right. What? Wait. What?
He's going to defend the title?
Dante Chen!
Did he just pick a name out of a hat there in his head?
What the fuck? Did I hear that correctly? All Ego compared to defend the NXT Championship tonight against Dante Chen?
He literally pulled that name out of his ass.
Well, that being said, I don't know what's going to be ahead 2 weeks from the day, besides the fact we are covering the Great American Bash, and it will be a 2-week special event. Tuesday, July 30th, and Tuesday, August 6th. Might want to update the graphic, Jeff Michin. We will be covering the NXT Great American Bash at the JMN Multiverse Media 2-week special on Sci-Fi because of the Olympics. At this time, to hear from the current NXT Women's Champion, the most prolific Women's Champion in WWE, the Prodigy, Roxanne Perez.
This is what happens when JJ says not to add any more shows while he on the air.
See? You see?
Damn it,
I told you.
Damn it, Paul.
I told you.
He only has himself to blame. But don't worry, folks. I'm sure it'll be official. We'll make it official after this next commercial break. Again, Roxanne Perez, Walter, is our 20th NXT Women's Champion, and she has been everybody in and out of this locker room.
The 22-year-old.
Been 100 days plus now as our NXT Women's Champion with 5 successful defenses.
Let's see what she has to say and if somebody responds.
And if anyone's on her level.
It's time for everyone to start treating me like the champion I am.
Yeah, she did. She killed Lola Vice with 5 pot rocks.
That was amazing, by the way.
One of them was a little messy, but it just goes to show how much Roxanne Perez was unhinged by Lola Vice. But it also goes to show how far Roxanne is willing to go to defend and preserve that title.
Mamacita. You said Lola. I had to get that in there.
It should have been me. Where have I heard that before?
Someone who's currently in TNA.
And Nick Nemeth, who, of course, will be involved this Saturday, also challenging for the TNA World Championship in the 6-way eliminator.
I'm so damn good, man. She's stealing lines from Triple H, too.
I mean, she's not wrong. No lies detected. Former Ring of Honor Women's World Champion.
Her second run is really outweighing her first one.
I mean, honestly, this is probably the best championship run of her entire career. With wins over Jordan Grace, Chelsea Green, Lara Valkyria, Tam Paxley, and Natalia.
And maybe we'll find out who's next.
Yeah.
Is she talking about Charlotte?
Is she calling out Charlotte Flair?
Charlotte Flair?
Roxanne, don't.
Are you getting too cocky like Noah said you were going to
She's
get?
calling out former NXT champions, to be fair, as well. I mean, Rhea Ripley, also a former NXT Women's Champion, went up to the main roster. What pissed her off? When Julia comes to NXT. When Stephanie Valkyrie comes to NXT.
Roll the red carpet out for them.
Well, the red carpet out around the world.
She called out the whole world now, Noah. Somebody might
I think somebody's about to show up here.
Yeah. She finds it laughable that Thea Hell. That's an insult.
Is it really an insult? Oh, Jesus.
She said her name. Wrestling 101.
This is my worst night. Well, I agree with you about that. Respect isn't given, it's earned. I mean, did she really? She killed Lola Vice. Thea Hill reminds me a bit of what Roxanne Perez used to be. Yeah, but she grew from that. Yeah. Yeah, she's being doubter. She's never supposed to beat. All right.
She's just pretty much saying everybody's doubting her, and she's putting her place. Roxanne maybe shouldn't look past her.
Well,
you better hope she doesn't look past her, because then you have to sign a certain piece of paper and wear a certain shirt.
This might be the one match I do not hold to my integrity as play-by-play commentator. But it happens.
I might be right about Tiffy time. There was a few clues. She said, as long as I'm the NXT champion, it's not going to be your time or anybody's time.
And Roxanne saying that Thea Hill's not ready. And Thea Hill did spiral and lose control, and she lost in that title because Andre Chase threw the towel in. Damn. There's a throwback.
Thea can barely. The championship is for big girls.
Oh. Thea Hill, the child.
Thea Hill can barely keep it together here.
All right, it's the midsection. Roxanne and Thea Hill fighting out in the middle of the ring here. And Roxanne bringing Thea Hill down to the mat. Trevor Curtis crossface applied. Thea Hill reversing, though. We need to get some security out here. Thea Hill at the Kimura trying to lock Roxanne's arm. And clearly these two are not going to wait before the bell rings to take on each other and prove a point.
Kimura, she got her in the Kimura now.
Then Roxanne's not tapping, though. Rich Holland forcing the break for now and restraining Thea Hill.
How did Rich Holland get to the ring before referees and security?
Well, clearly this is not the same Thea Hill that previously challenged for the NXT Women's Championship. This is not the same little girl that Roxanne Perez once was either. Both these women have definitely grown and evolved, and I wonder if Roxanne may be underestimating Thea Hill. Only time will tell to go backstage Kalani Jordan. still our NXT North American Women's Champion after a phenomenal match with Soruka.
I think that's the best looking title on NXT.
I absolutely agree.
They keep mentioning Julia and Stephanie.
Well, again, this women's division is getting stronger.
Is that Wendy Chu behind her?
Yes, it is. Yeah, that was weird.
That was weird.
I mean, I can't wait to see what finds out what is next for both of these women's championships. As we look back 4 weeks ago, all hell broke loose. Oh, God! When Sean Spears was able to pin the former NXT champion with a C4 in the middle of the ring.
Who was the champion at the time.
Well,
which is what earned him that title shot in that triple threat.
But it wasn't about those moments there. It was about the fact that Brooks Jensen was invading NXT.
Mm-hmm.
And
now we're going back to 5 weeks ago.
Brooks Jensen has literally lost his way ever since separating from his family, found Henry and Josh Briggs. And now we go back to the ring, one-on-one action here as he's bouncy, taking on the wicked youngin, Javon Evans. Javon Evans looking for revenge after that attack last week backstage prior to the main event. Javon Evans showing the scars of that attack, heavy kinesio tape on the ribs. It's Javon Evans and Brooks Jensen next on NXT. That boy going to be bouncing, but he's going to be bouncing in victory. Okay, so, good grief.
I don't know. Brooks just came back, so I think Brooks takes it, but we'll see.
Is Brooks Jensen looking for a win, or is he trying to make a statement? I mean, we saw what happened last week, and if he's trying to be noticed, actions like last week I don't think are going to help him get any more momentum in that endeavor. But beating an opponent versus breaking an opponent, I don't know. I think Brooks Jensen right now is literally just trying to carve his own path of destruction. Speaking of carving their own path, I will say this again, before we talk more about what just happened in NXT, let's go ahead and segue a little bit, since now we know what Great American Bash is going to be, and remind you all once again what we're about to do here, the Multiverse of Media. Producer, run the Watch Along event schedule trailer again.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
And again, folks, simply put, we are truly about all the wrestling, 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 all the professional wrestling, damn it, and combat sports and other forms of sports. And yes, again, Great American Bash is 2 weeks special, so that trailer will be updated. Graphic not shown yet, but it's official. We're covering both weeks of the Great American Bash, as we do with all PLEs in the WWE, and special episodes as well between WWE and AEW.
Is that you and I again, or is it?
You know what? At this point, you and I might as well become the NXT commentary team. Reliable over Vic Joseph and Booker T. Which one do you prefer, folks? Let us know.
Remember the specials and PLEs for NXT are still no and Renegade until such time that Renegade's job determines that is not the case.
All right. Yeah, about to say, that. You and I are just the random weird TV collaborative and just other stuff. I don't know. We don't have no rhyme or reason. Matt, good to see you. But anyway, to catch up again, folks, Roxanne Perez called out again former greats of the NXT Women's Division and their run from NXT onto the promised stages of the main roster WWE, including but not limited to Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair, who went and become multiple world time champions. Here, Roxanne Perez, though, is really burning the world within NXT while holding the NXT Women's Championship and calling out names that are supposed to be the biggest threats to her title outside the NXT Women's locker room, including but not limited to Stephanie Valkyrie and Julia of Marigold, who just had her last match. And if you did not watch the last match, if you are a fan of professional wrestling, you owe it yourself to watch her and Saray tear the freaking house down in Ryogoku Sumo Hall for the inaugural Marigold World Championship. Congrats to Saraya, by the way. That being said, Thea Hale came out, this little girl that Roxanne Perez called, saying this title is for grown women, not children. Roxanne may be looking at a former identity of herself, and it sounds like we're setting up Roxanne Perez with Thea Hale for the NXT Women's Championship. And maybe, again, the biggest threat to her title is still right in that locker room. She's just not aware of it or considering it.
You may have to wear a certain T-shirt, though. I'm old enough to remember 1, 2, 3 Kid pinning Razor Ramon in the middle of the ring. So Thea Hale can theoretically have a chance to beat Roxanne.
Well, I won't deny that she has a chance, but I will say that she still's going to lose as we go backstage with Lola Vice, the last loser of Roxanne Perez.
Mamacita!
Carrie Klein. Yeah, nearly broke her hand.
What is this random, like, she's starting to act like a face.
Trying to be humbled by Well, there's Fallon Henry, who apparently lined herself with Jessie Jane and Jasmine next.
Go back to MMA.
American title for her by open arms.
I'm not going anywhere.
Oh. Might be a impromptu match made later on tonight or next week with Lola Vice and Jasmine Nix still to come. We go back inside the NXT arena here for singles action now. Brooks Jensen, who Josh Briggs says will be in his corner, taking on Javon Evans, the man he attacked last week.
I don't even think Josh Briggs can control Brooke. Have you see the concerned look on his face?
Josh Briggs saying, "You're my responsibility. Don't do something stupid." While Brooks Jensen said, "I don't need him." And clearly those two are not on the same page.
He can't control him, and Ava put Josh Briggs in charge of Brooks.
Well, I mean, again, Bell Reigns run away. It was literally Josh Briggs that went for Brooks Jensen to get him back into NXT, to give him another chance. And honestly, Brooks Jensen at this point, I think Josh Briggs thinks he's wasting it.
That's probably what it is. He says, my name is on the line because I vouched for you, and your behavior is up to this.
Take over to Harris by Javon Evans. The drop sends Brooks Jensen up over the outside. Of course, Brooks Jensen and Josh Briggs used to be the closest brothers, former NXT Tag Team Champions.
Did you see the height on that drop kick?
He bouncy. Evans, of course, out of Deadlock Pro Wrestling. For those that follow that promotion, shout out to DPW. And right now, Brooks Jensen creates separation. Javon, though, going in, up and over. Up.
Oh, I thought he was going to land on his feet there, but
again, that might go back. It might go back to those compromised ribs again. Hard to breathe. It's hard to gain your composure. Oh God!
Like you pointed out at the beginning. Look at the Kinesio tape. You already pointed it out how heavy it is there.
And Javon Evans bouncing off the whoa! What a rope moonsault!
He literally jumped from the floor, people, and hit the rope with a moonsault from the ground on the outside.
Now flying up, bouncing up the ropes again, rolling in with that kick. That might be enough here, D. Plug up the leg, 2 counts.
He be bouncy for real.
Take another look here. To your point, incredible elevation by Javon Evans, despite the compromised midsection, showing no signs right now of weakness. Very ambitious, innovative, hungry young competitor looking to become the youngest NXT champion in this company's history.
If they ever did
the quickest.
If they ever did a male combine, definitely Javon Edwards would win the vertical.
Yeah, I think you're right there. Brooks Jensen, though, able to take advantage, though. And now bringing it back to the outside. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hoisting him up. Ah, God! Drop face first, chest first across the announce table.
Next Friday, Tokyo, Japan, WWE's going to.
Wow, damn!
Ouch.
Jumping from the apron with the elbow. And JMN Evans is hurt bad here, folks. As we go to full commercial, can JMN Evans continue after this? Well, again,
if his wrists weren't compromised before, they are now.
Yeah, right. Well, we talked about it before with Triple H and this idea of global, localization or working with our promotions. The fact that, again, we know that they've already had W superstars in Marigold and Pro Wrestling Noah. They have NXT going to Pro Wrestling Noah for their M1 tournament. And Tokyo, Japan right now is the mecca of Japanese professional wrestling, considering we know what happens there, including the upcoming G1 Climax and Stardom. It's one of those things where I do think that WWE is trying to host a PLE in Japan, and I think it would be very huge for them to do that. And that tour date in Tokyo, Japan might be the first teaser of that. As we've seen, every non-top 5, as they're calling it, PLE is apparently going to be international. That's their business plan. So I'm curious what that's going to entail for the ones in the fall outside of Survivor Series, because you got to imagine they're going to do something in September, October, and they'll probably leave December off the table because they did that last year, because who wants to do something in the middle of winter?
Don't be surprised if you start seeing all the Japanese wrestlers getting these pushes as they prep for this now.
Well,
Shinsuke Nakamura might make his way back to TV. You already see Io getting she's involved in a couple of stories.
I'm just going to say this for record, too. That was the best match Io Shirai has had in a long damn fucking time, and probably the happiest I've seen her since leaving Black and Gold NXT.
Mm-hmm.
And that's saying something. So kudos to Triple H and Rosie Ogawa for making that happen.
And, you got AJ Styles, who has history in Japan. You got so many people. You got the Good Brothers, history in Japan. You got so much you can do with. So it's going to be a hell of a thing. And if they book in the next couple of years a Tokyo Dome PLE, it's going to be off the hook.
Well, right now, we know in the Tokyo Dome, we'll be covering Wrestle Kingdom on January 4th and Wrestle Dynasty, where 5 promotions will be showcased both those days, emanating from the Tokyo Dome back to back. And then we got New Year's Dash. Not to mention, in that same week, Marigold has their first premiere show of the new year, The First Dream, and Stardom has their gateway show, and Pro Wrestling Noah has their New Year show. That is literally nothing but nonstop Japanese pro wrestling with an American collaboration with Mexico and beyond, all in the span of 6 days in the first week of the new year.
Japan will be stealing your catchphrase. All the wrestling.
Oh, they always do that. They always do that. I mean, again, I don't know what the schedule is going to be, because we know definitively Wrestle Kingdom is January 4th. Wrestle Dynasty, which will showcase AEW, Ring of Honor, Stardom, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and CMLL is January 5th. Usually that's the day for New Year's Dash, and the 6th will be for New Year's Dash. I imagine January 3rd is going to be the Stardom show, and I think that's also the show date for Marigold, which just leaves Pro Wrestling Noah, which I think usually is the 2nd, but I know my friend Sandy will probably confirm the details more on that. So again, folks, stay tuned for the first week of the new year here once we get all the grounds from the Multiverse of Media. It will be a special Japanese professional wrestling live watching event run hosted by me. I can't fucking wait. As we're back here on NXT, Brooks Jensen and JMN Evans squaring off one-on-one. JMN Evans looking for revenge after last week's attack. Taking over with the knee, knocking the wind off him, and JMN Evans looking like he is choosing to continue to compete. And again, Brooks Jensen's been focused strictly on the ribs. Watch this knee again. Boom!
Ouch. Yeah, now it's got a submission maneuver where his knee is actually on the small of the spine, too, right near the ribs. And he's putting his weight on him.
And think about what happened before the commercial break. Brooks Jensen leaped from the apron with what actually was not an elbow drop, but a leg drop across the back of the head and neck of JMN Evans, braced across the announce table, further damage to those ribs.
Pretty much borrowed RVD's move.
Yeah, even though he did the Brian Myers pose, most professional wrestler. Of course, the Scissors will be defending the TNA Tag Team Championships this week, Thursday, against the Hardys. We'll be calling that here when we cover TNA Impact. Brooks Jensen, though, again, still keeping his back on Jay Vaughn. Trying to fight back, though. Javon, though, spraying up to the top rope. Wow, what a freaking Hurricanrana.
He doesn't learn, man. Bruised ribs or not.
But again, finding a second win, if that's possible here. Brooks Jensen, once again, slow to follow up. Javon, though, bouncing off, springing in with a clothesline. And trying to build up some momentum here in this match.
When you have compromised rib, it's hard to find any win, let alone a second win.
Again, your ribs are never the same again. One's compromised. It's bruised or broken, two different things, but still never 100%. Ask Cody Rhodes about that, who still works with compromised ribs to this day, as well as most workers, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Javon Evans, springboard, crossbody, high bounce, cover to win, a kick out.
The height this man gets never ceases to amaze me.
One more look to your point here on the replay. And again, I almost want to have that height played as disadvantage. Think about how long that split second to get to the cover. And again, folks, this is official. After this, Ethan Page defends the NXT Championship against Dante Chen.
That is the most random match ever.
Yeah, no kidding. Whoa, what the hell? A neutralizer by Brooks Jensen. Kick out by Javon Evans. And look who's coming out here.
Sean Spears. What is he doing?
Well, Sean Spears talked about his emotions coming to NXT, talking about lost souls.
And Brooks getting in between Briggs and Sean Spears.
I think Sean Spears has a new pupil. Javon Evans now flies up and over and wipes up Brooks Jensen on the floor.
I think he got the clear for landing there.
Again, right now, Sean Spears coming out here trying to cause a distraction, springing up to the top rope. Massive cutter. That might be it. Hook in the near leg. Javon Evans with the win.
The springboard cutter was enough. Again, that slight distraction there with the shorts with Sean Spears and Briggs was enough to get Brooks' mind off the ball game here, and Javon took full advantage.
Again, Javon Evans also learning to work through the pain. To your point, that fallout with Josh Briggs may have inadvertently caused Brooks Jensen there, and then again springing up high. My gosh, the height! That top rope cutter. Springboard cutter, excuse me. Oh, wait a minute. Brooks Jensen on the attack post-match, though.
I don't know. No. I feel like the cutter is starting to become a super kick, man.
Again, though, Josh Briggs stopping Brooks Jensen on the post-match attack. Brooks Jensen has to realize he's on thin ice here in NXT. And Josh Briggs, once again, trying to play as aid. Sean Spears watching on, though. I got to wonder what Sean Spears is thinking.
Hey!
Oh, boy.
Ooh, you dare interrupt the card game.
What a small setting for a card game for somebody calling himself a Don. Yeah, what is this about? Of course, Jaida Dempsey, former Heritage Cup holder. I'm not sure what to make of this segment. I figured he's going to come back for that. Breaking news. Charlie Dempsey asks for advice. Hypothetically. A witness. Uh-oh. Ooh. Well, give the Don credit. He has integrity that he will never put his hands or a hit out on a woman. Clearly, Charlie Dempsey has dark intentions for Wentz Sinclair after what she witnessed last week. As we go backstage with Sarah Schreiber, with Dante Chen preparing for the biggest opportunity of his young, just starting NXT career.
Dante Chen came to the arena in kayfabe, not knowing he would get a world title. Could you imagine? You just, hey, by the way, Here's a world title shot when you get here.
Well, after his fall with Lexus King. Good luck, Dante Chen. You're going to need it.
It's up next.
Eyes on this huge opportunity. To your point, the era of All Ego on the line. All Ego if it Perez defends the IC champion against Dante Chen, and that is next here on NXT.
His first defense after winning it.
Yeah, again, after last week and trying to bounce back from that loss in that tag team event when he was ran out of building by Ora Mensa. But someone tell me Ora Mensa is not going to be too far away from this action. Ava Ray might want to have security on standby. Oh, hi, Jeff. What's up?
So, in the process of doing my, I'm not paid the graphic for a Great American Bash here before the night's over.
Right.
However, I was evaluating my plans for tomorrow and realized that traveling all the way down to the resort is not going to be cost effective based on the return I'm going to get. However, we are still going to celebrate Disneyland's anniversary tomorrow. So, prior to the Great Cherry Show, prior to our watch along of Dynamite, I'll be live on the air at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, with a couple of retro shows. Our dad's episode will be ranked the best attractions in Disneyland park history. Of course, that's our park here in California. And then the notorious, legendary open mic night karaoke last November, where we did 5 hours of Disney karaoke. So those will be on the air beginning at 9 a.m. Pacific across the Multiverse of Media. We'll be broadcasting both of those streams across the Multiverse Media prior to the Great Cherry Show at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, interesting stuff.
Nice. Breaking news, people. Breaking news.
Well, it was one of those.
More so a schedule update.
Yeah. I was going to go down to the Anaheim and celebrate and be around it, but I can't go in the park because I don't have a ticket to go inside. So it's like, I'm going to just have the classic content go out because the dad show Jay and I did was fun, and everybody loved the karaoke show last year, except maybe the guy in the upper left here. But everybody else had a blast with the Disney nonsense. So we're gonna run it back for you, kids, tomorrow as Disneyland celebrates the start on the road to the 70th anniversary. I can't believe it's 70 years of Disneyland next year.
Good grief.
Crazy. Hopefully I'll be back on back with a name tag on by that point next year.
That's fair.
That would be nice.
I guess only time will tell for you. I guess time will tell if we truly do get a WPLE emanating from Japan. As well as
I'm really curious if how much they're going to push for that to happen, because as you mentioned earlier, Noah, they are definitely trying to make these non-Big Four shows mean that much more. And the best way to do that is give an international audience in there.
Yeah, and again, every show the first week of the year pretty much is going to have Japanese influence outside the WWE.
Oh, yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me if they do try and book either their own WPLE during that time, or they just promote more WWE superstars, part of the Marigold and the Noah show. I mean, again, I think, was it this year or last year? Shinsuke Nakamura took on the great Muda. And
yes.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see what this leads to. I'm also curious to see when Julia and Stephanie Valkyrie shows up here in NXT and challenge
2025 may be an unprecedented year. We already know isn't the Rumble in February for the first time in history?
February
1st,
which means there is not a January PLE as of this moment for the WWE.
It's your time to go to Japan.
Let's see. Shout out to Emmanuel Dominguez's, of course. For one half of Dominguez's, $2 super chat. Thank you for the watch along. Well, again, you guys make it possible. It's about the wrestling. It's about the passion. It's about why we love this business and are more invested in it than ever before. And if you all are enjoying this, please continue to super chat to encourage this more as the madman on the marquee is trying to encourage weekly watch-alongs of NXT as we go backstage with Trick Williams.
Sad to say, but the former NXT champion, Trick Williams.
I'm still what the fuck over that.
Who's he talking to?
I don't know, but Ilya Dragunov.
Wow.
On the phone. See the correct words.
I want my title back.
Yep, they are. Trick right now with no direction, but with motivation to go after regaining his NXT champ. Is that being done?
Mm-hmm.
Trick Williams right now with nobody to counsel.
I don't know. Trick Williams may need 250 pounds of motivation.
Well, again, as we explore new worlds back here in NXT Championship on the line. And there's our champion, all ego, Ethan Page, as we are living in the era of ego.
His ego's so big, he can't even wear the title. He just holds it.
I mean, his face is all over the NXT banner. That is the face of NXT. And shout out again to Emmanuel Dominguez sharing the love of another to our super chat. Future watch alongs for all the wrestling. Again, thank you, folks, for watching this special watch along of NXT TV with us. If you're enjoying what you're hearing, please continue to like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. And please continue to super chat here. Support the friends of the Multiverse of Media. Jeff Michin, Randy versus Jaida Williams, the Greg Cherry brand. All your proceeds, of course, help these fine gentlemen continue to allow us to do what we're able to do as we have Dante Jen arriving here for the biggest opportunity in his young NXT career. This is the match that people dream of. This is a match that you don't think is going to happen for years. This guy who has not even been in NXT for half a year finds himself challenging for the NXT Championship.
This is a match that Dante Chen walked into the building not even knowing he had.
Well, I also think, to your point, I don't think it was just a name drawn out of a hat. I think All Ego Page believes this is an easy target to defeat and make a statement against. Yeah, all right, that was weird. Anyway, Dante Chen right now. The audience firmly behind Dante Chen. And All Ego Page not even sweating him. Let's go down to introductions. This is an NXT Championship match, so let's give it to Mike Rome. This is so damn random.
It's so random. It's like kind of throwing us off. Like, really?
It's not even the main event. And I get why it's not, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Dante Chen, by the way, the first Singapore-signed WWE superstar.
Barely been on TV and gets a title shot. That's amazing.
And then you have this established vet, former longest reigning TNA Tag Team Champion alongside Josh Alexander in the North, owner of A1 Wrestling in Canada. All Ego Ethan Page, our new and current NXT champion, after winning the Fatal 4-Way while unconscious on top of Javon Evans, thanks to Trick Williams' trick shot and Sean Spears' involuntary involvement. NXT championship on the line here. Of course, Tyler Connor's hands. We have pinfall submission inside the ring. And here we go. And Karl double tie up. I mean, at this point, Walter, Trick Williams, he knows what he wants, but he's trying to seek advice. I mean, who do you go at this point to seek advice for right now? He doesn't have Ilya Dragunov here. Pete Dunne's clearly not going to share any advice with him. If he's looking for advice from a former NXT champion, he's kind of pulling straws right now.
He may need to, even though, you know, he's never been an NXT champion, he may need to go to his mentor, Booker T, and get some advice.
Oh, I'm trying to tell the roll up to a 1 count. Well, I mean, Booker T, again, the most biased commentator on the table. He's the guy that endorsed the League of Page, not to mention, puts Roxanne Perez more over than anything. Again, former student of his academy, former Reality of Wrestling Diamonds Women's Champion. So I can understand his biased nature, at least towards Roxanne. A little bit overkill, but again, that's just hindsight. Maybe he needs, dare I say it, maybe he needs to actually try and, you know, mend things with, go! Carmelo Hayes. Nice press kick there by Dante Chen. Gets the hook of the leg and a 2 count.
Maybe he needs to get a meeting with Ava and just tell her how he feels.
Well,
or maybe Joe Henry and him won't be a one-time only tag team. Who knows?
I mean, yeah, I guess if you're looking for motivation, whoa! Go to the guy that was literally in your corner and believes in you, Joe Henry. And I don't know if Joe Henry is still in the building, by the way. Nice running shoulder block there by Olga Page from the apron. Keying off now against Dante Chen in the middle of the ring. Again, sending a message to the entire roster of NXT, particularly Trick Williams and Ora Mens, if I have to guess. Take a look at the replay here. Just a battering ram. Just running right through Dante Chen.
This is pretty much a showcase match for all.
Cover 2. Out. Well, you say showcase for All Ego Ethan Page, who again has just barely been involved in NXT since arriving from AEW. But Dante Chen, he's even newer than All Ego Ethan Page here in NXT, and he's also in the genesis of his wrestling career.
Yeah, I mean, I think was it Battleground? That was the first like video package of Chen, and I was like, "Who's that?" And then they were saying the first Singapore signed talent. We saw like a showcase video package in between matches, and that was like the first I ever even heard of him.
And again, we wonder if the title will be on the line during the Great American Bash that we will cover here again, folks. That's a 2-week special. Up and over, Dante Chen, shoulders down, 2 count. Great position there. All Ego Page right now, taking off his game. Dante Chen right now, the challenger, possibly the upset of the night, waiting to happen. Weirder things have happened here at NXT, just saying.
Nice chops. He's putting in his effort here.
Well, again, you have to put it all on the line here. It's for the NXT Championship. It's the biggest opportunity of your career. This is what people fight for years. And even Page is just really giving this to this man, a silver platter. Uh-oh.
No matter what.
It's that Cradle small package too. No.
Never look past any opponent. Never look past any opponent.
Backslide by Dante Chen. Another near fall on the champion. Follows up with a pump kick. And I think Oliver Page right now literally might be eating his own hubris and being humbled pie here. To your point, Dante Chen is literally in the driver's seat. He's been half a second away from winning the title. Then that might be enough. Kick out. Woo.
It's getting closer and closer, man.
He's staying on the attack. He's constantly going for falls. He is doing everything that is needed to be a champion here.
This is how upsets happen when you don't take your opponent serious and just think it's
bringing off the top rope. Uh-oh. Even Perez, though, was able to scout that, though. What? God, what a bump kick by All Ego. Right between the eyes, and the fun and games may be over for the Cinderella story. Hoisting him up in the Razor's Edge. And it looks like Dante Chen, 8 Eagles Edge. Cover 2. The champ retains.
No, I think you can count to 20 there.
Yeah, you're not waking up from that fall from anything but grace.
I got to give it to the wrestling industry. Razor's Edge has been one of the most protected moves ever. Like I don't think when Razor Ramon did it, I don't think I've ever seen anyone kick.
Well, wait a minute.
Oh,
Mensa again back on the attack. DDT by Ethan Page. And finally drops Ora Mensa. And again, Ora said the longer he has to wait, the more this is going to continue. But tonight, Ethan Page drops Ora Mensa, gets the better of him.
I don't think it'll make sense for Mensa to get a title shot before Trick. Trick lost the title and wasn't even involved in the fall.
Well, to your point, he wasn't involved in the fall, so does he actually get a contractually obligated rematch? And wait a minute, Ora Mensa, though, back up on his feet, and Ethan Page and Ora Mensa still finding in the entranceway. Again, the bad blood of these two spilling over here tonight. Ora Mensa, the first target of Ethan Page when he arrived in NXT before wiping out Noam Dar. We haven't seen Noam Dar since. And right now, whoa! That's rolling Kappa kick there by the former one half of the highest tag team under the sun from NXT UK. Rolling in with the kick again. Cover 1, 2. Statement sent by Ora Mensa with his own 3 count on the NXT champion.
That was a beautiful spinning heel kick in the corner.
Well, I don't know necessarily if that's going to lead to an opportunity, but he definitely gave an example of one.
That's a hell of a visual to cover, even though you're the one counting.
Well, again, we'll see if we actually get a title change upset here in our main event tonight. As Duke Hudson goes one-on-one with the ruler of NXT. All the Femi, we get a video package now for Chase Hughes, MVP, former participant in the breakout tourney, former dealer at the poker table before he busted. Now looking for his first championship in NXT singles-wise.
Who's no small man himself.
And again, we thought at first that Chase U was just an opportunity for him to stroke his own ego, but he truly has come into his own and endorsed the Chase U banner.
He really has. And before you came on the air, they asked how I felt about it. I just dropped a clue that I got this weird feeling, and I feel a little moosey about this match.
Well, again, we'll see if Duke Hudson can achieve a Rudy moment that Chase U was unable to do in tag team match tonight. Still our main event to come tonight on NXT. And again, folks, we'll be covering the Great American Bash 2-week special here on Multiverse of Media, July 30th and August 6th, as the biggest hits of the summer continue to follow, culminating in the biggest event of the summer. Not the biggest party, but definitely going to be the biggest concert. We will be covering SummerSlam here on the Multiverse of Media from the city that rocks, Cleveland, Ohio. It's the stage of our coverage of SummerSlam, August 3rd, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time start time.
Noah, did I hear that right? They're going to do the bash on the 30th?
It's a 2-week, yep, the 30th and the 6th.
That means we officially are not off in 2 weeks like I thought we were going to be.
Nope.
Yeah. And it's the first time that SummerSlam is in Cleveland since 1996. The Boiler Room with Undertaker and Mankind, all those people.
And you look at the card for this year, let's just put it out there, despite the fact they don't have no official graphics. I'll give W credit for once. The actual freaking slides that are known on the website actually look pretty decent. I still like the TV spots more. We know we got the World Heavyweight Championship. Damian Priest defending against the King General, Gunther. Rumor has it we're going to get CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. I imagine it's going to be an unsanctioned match at this point, but I also wonder if Seth freaking Rollins is going to be involved in that, or they're going to change gears and turn to Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre and CM Punk punks Drew McIntyre again. You leave that up to special disbelief. After what happened in that confrontation on Monday Night Raw, I got to imagine we're going to get Bo Dallas versus freaking Chad Gable, or some sort of 6-man tag with the Creepers and Chad Gable versus a conglomeration of the Wyatt Six. We know Liv Morgan's revenge tour might come to a deadly end of brutality at the hands of Rhea Ripley as she's cashing her rematch clause. It will be Rhea Ripley going after her women's heavyweight championship. We know the W Women's Championship will be on the line as Bear defends against Nia Jax. We also know that LA Knight right now is trying to get the contract signed by one Logan Paul for the United States Championship. And it wouldn't surprise me to get a triple threat right now for the Intercontinental Championship with Sami Zayn defending against Braun Breaker and Ilya Dragunov. And honestly, that's everything we got to look forward to right now, going into probably one of the biggest SummerSlams we've had in a long time.
That triple threat is going to be a banger.
Where are you at on attending, Noah? Got to get my team lined up after all.
He's still contemplating.
Right? I know. I love it.
You'll get my answer on Saturday. You'll get my answer on Saturday during Open Mic Night.
Perfect. I dig it.
Anyway.
A little bit of a hook to bring y'all in on Saturdays if you didn't need enough for with all the crazy shit we do on Saturday.
We're doing Open Mic Night after Slammiversary, so Saturday's already double booked as it is. So let's freaking go. And again, Slammiversary, we know we have Jordan Grace defend the TNA Knockouts Championship against Ash by Elegance. We also, of course, have Mustafa Ali defend the X Division Championship against Speedball Mike Bailey. We have Spitfire looking to regain the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Championship against the Militia, Alicia Edwards of the System, and Russian Dynamite herself, Masha Slemovics. We know we have PCO versus Flop Dollar, AJ Francis, for both the Judgment Championship and some other championship that he holds. I hope he wins.
International something. I forget.
Yeah, something worth more than his Cheez-Its title, but still worth less than his actual in-ring charisma. First trash. We also know, of course, again, we have the TNA Tag Team Championships, and it will be either the System or the Broken Hardys defending those titles against the ABC. And, of course, in our main event, 6-way eliminator for the TNA World Championship, the face of the franchise, the face of the System, face of TNA, Moose, defending against Nick Nemeth, Frank Kazarian, freaking Joe and Josh Alexander, and somebody else I'm forgetting. And my brain is going here. I'll figure the name here in a moment. Steve Macklin. There's Steve Macklin. And, of course, to the comments, the watch list schedule increased. There you see it. It's official. NXT continues to expand the fall season. We got No Mercy Sunday, September 1st. and Halloween Havoc to follow the following month. We go back to
Halloween Havoc's the same weekend as our open mic nights karaoke, and No Mercy continues the path of madness from Capital Collision, Emergence, and
his name
and the Bash of Berlin.
I believe in Joe Hendry. Why did you say his name, Joe? You idiot.
They love him in London and Paris and Tokyo. That song is just too goddamn catchy for my own good.
It is.
Catchy. It took me literally a day to learn all the words, and then it was on from the races from there.
I just go through the first verse and then I'm
likes
good.
it here at NXT. People think of Scotland. They think of Gallus. They think of Drew McIntyre.
Not some
Flash in the pond.
I think I'm going to pause for a second. I think I'm slightly ahead of you. Okay. I just unpaused it and Joe Hendry walked away.
It feels like that Joe Coffey's about to explode if they say his name one more time, but it sounds like we have not seen the last of Joe Hendry in NXT. He likes it here, apparently. As we get ready for women's action here, as we get back inside the arena, Izzy Dame coming off a great chance match against Jordan Gray's open challenge for the TNA Knockouts Championship, showing the damage of that battle with the kineso tape on the left shoulder, taking on apparently somebody with an obsession with her as of late. Oh, my word.
Tatum?
What the fuck? Tatum Patsy looking up. I'm not even going to go there.
Tatum scares me a little.
I did crazy chicks, but Tatum might be a little too crazy for me. Shout out to Daphne, by the way. And Bill Ray's underway here. And again, Tatum Paxley right now holding up Izzy Dame, reverse tarantula here.
JJ said it before you came on the air that he would love to see Tatum and Wendy Chu together as a tag.
Wow! Springboard missile drop kick from the second rope coming in, and Tatum Paxley again with this weird obsession as of late with Izzy Dame, as well as pursuing her own piece of gold. Cross body to the torso. Oh, catching her around with a kick. Paxley into the cover, gets a 2 count here, and Izzy Dame completely thrown off her game.
I would be thrown off too. It's kind of like giving me the Trish Stratus, Mickie James vibes when she was her stalker.
Ooh! And again, though, the power of Izzy Dame, though, finally coming into play here, countering Tatum Paxley's mind games. Great backbreaker over the knee. Izzy Dame, one of the tallest competitors, by the way, in the women's division in NXT. Prior to the NIL program, no wrestling experience before coming to NXT. Drops the elbow across the spine of Tatum Paxley. Hook of the leg. That's a 2 count. And both of these women, of course, literally have previously faced Jordan Grace for the TNA Knockouts World Championship. And, of course, we talked about before the growth, the evolution of the NXT Women's Division, Walter. We talk about Izzy Dame. We talk about Tatum Paxley. We talk about Thea Hill. All three of these women are not what they used to be. Izzy Dame, formerly the business partner of Kiana James, who, of course, now is part of Monday Night Raw. Tatum Paxley, the former best friend of Lyra Valkyra, but, of course, showing her true dark intentions. And right now, picking the ankles and wrapping Tatum Paxley around the ring post like a horseshoe, stretching the vertebrae.
And she took every one of those 4 seconds. You get to the count of 5, she took them.
I mean, again, you use the ring to your advantage. Again, if you're going to try and overcome somebody's mind games, you use power against them. Break the body. Great backbreaker again over the knee for the cover. Gets a 2 count again. Again, the depth of this women's division, I have to talk about again. So much depth here, so much potential. Looking for a submission here.
In America.
A backbreaker here right now over the right shoulder. Wrenching again the compromised back up Tatum Paxley with the chin lock. And
there's Wendy Chu, speaking of her.
Wendy Chu as of late been also stalking the NXT Women's Division as a source, but also might literally be looking for her own friend with Tatum Paxley.
That almost looked like a vertical torture rack. Like instead of
horizontal. Picking the ankle and a dragon screw leg whip.
Nice one too.
Once again, attacking the left knee. Tatum Paxley, though, and blocks the clothesline. Step up Enziguri, brings Izzy Dame down to a knee. Dan Passy firmly controlling. Hey, face buster over the knee.
To the knee. Ouch.
Split leg, elbow drop, cover, deep into the leg, 2 counts. Here fall. And since Wendy Chu has come inside the NXT arena, it's been all 10 packs, and now looking for a pump handle driver. Eats a spinning back leg kick. Cover by Izzy Dame, 2 count.
Tatum Paxton reminds me of Wednesday from Addams Family.
But what does Wendy Chu remind you of? But it looks like she's literally sleeping with her eyes open.
I don't know. It looks like PCO's lost little sister.
Oh, no. Izzy Dame's left shoulder already compromised into the ring post. And Izzy Dame right now looking to fall. What is this? Oh!
Oh, nice.
Tatum Paxley with a psycho revolution.
What does she call that?
Win. I'm not even sure what you call that. Almost a reverse lightning spiral. I'm sure she has a twisted name for that. Call it a win.
That was, call it a victory. That's a nice move. Unique and different. I don't think I've ever seen that.
It's almost a reverse lightning spiral there. Literally just turning Izzy Dame up and over. Hook of the leg, and that's it. Hook of the near leg. And this unique connection that's developed as of late with Wendy Chu and Tatum Paxley.
Chu and Paxley, huh? She giving her a Barbie doll?
I think we're just completing the connection here for something very dark, Walter.
I think JJ might have gotten his wish.
And I think Tatum Paxley may have just found a new friend. NXT, you might have more than one nightmare on your hands.
Uh-oh. That's going to chase you in the back.
And Thea Hill right now being... Uh-oh. Chase, you meet up backstage here.
Don't let me stop you. It's just the biggest night of my life, and you guys are over here lollygagging. That's basically what he said.
Rich Hahn trying to get in the good graces lately of Chase University.
Yep.
No.
So you're the man, and some editing in there.
Well, I mean, again, you can't say the F word here on USA. As we go back inside the NXT arena for women's action here, Lola Vice, who said, looks like she found her next fight.
Mamacita!
Oh, good grief, Walter.
I'm going to make that a thing, man.
I will say this about Lola Vice, despite what you call her. She did prove quite a lot to me during her match at Heatwave. Lola Vice goes one-on-one with Jessie Jane next here on NXT. All right, well, it's got another full commercial break. I will say this. Izzy Dame still a little bit shady with her in being showcased, but again, that comes down to inexperience. Tatum Paxley definitely more in tune with her character, and I think right now NXT might be on the verge of waking up to a whole nother form of a nightmare in that women's division if those two come together, awake or sleeping. But Tatum Paxley, again, the mental warfare basically took over, and she got the win with what looked like a reverse lightning spiral. I'm not sure what Vic Joseph called that, or if Tatum Paxley even named that, but called a very good win for Tatum Paxley here, again, as she continues her obsession towards, I imagine, championship intentions. Maybe the tag team goes in her future against the unholy union of Isla Dawn and Abba Fire. I almost said Kaylee Ray. Again, you don't show those titles enough. How am I supposed to remember the champions? I'm just saying, man, Ross.
Just saying. Can you imagine if they cross over with Chu and Tatum over to TNA with PCO there? Just all three weird ass people, zombies.
Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. They already got a demon assassin there. Her name's Rosemary. She's stalking Ash by ignorance, so it's fine. That being said, also they said his name, Joe Hendry, appeared and confronted the Gallus firm, and Joe Coffey apparently does not believe, and I think Big G's onto something here. I think we might be getting Joe Hendry versus Joe Coffey very soon, because Joe Hendry likes it here in NXT. And he could show up anywhere, anytime, any company. So don't count out Joe Hendry being not part of the Great American Bash, folks.
Look,
potentially
we literally
as the TNA World Champion.
No, we literally even do the same motions. Look at that. Don't be surprised if Joe Coffey makes a surprise appearance at Slammiversary and costs Joe Henry the shot at that title, and he can't win because of Coffey.
Oh, that happens, I'm gonna be pissed. But I did say that this NXT could have implications on this week's TNA Slammiversary. This is one of the biggest shows of TNA's calendar year, and Joe Henry is challenging for the TNA World Championship. So, again, you're not too far off, Walter. And literally after next week, we have our 2-week special, the Great American Bash and NXT. So, I imagine a lot of Great American Bash is going to be built out of next week's NXT. So, at this point, fuck it. If they're going to super chat it and you want to make it official, folks, good luck. We'll see what happens next week. We've already got a full week ahead this week. Dadgummit.
I'm saying you never know if Coffey cost Joe Henry that title. If he cost him the match, and then you build Joe Henry versus Coffey for Great American Bash, so it all lines up.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens next week on NXT from YouTube. I don't know if we're going to cover next week's NXT, all right? That was official yet. So, gummit.
Nothing's official till the man on the marquee says
hello.
So.
That is a... we left it up to you last week because of your scheduling and availability. If you want to keep calling NXT until we hit the Great American Bash, or have a watch along until the Great American Bash, that's entirely up to you, sir. That means another week of you and Walter on the call next week, because of course for the Great American Bash we'll have JJ for those 2 weeks.
Okay, yeah. I'm not Cody Deaner, but it's a commercial break, and I'm the voice of the people, right? So I'm not
the voice of the people. This is true.
I'll let it be the multiverse choice. So let your voices be known. Do you want Super Reliable to cover NXT again next week ahead of Great American Bash? Yay or nay?
There you go.
And we'll tally it up by the end of the show.
Is that Cedric Alexander in the back there?
I think so.
Yes. Leave your comments, folks. Let the simple man know you want Simply Reliable for next week's NXT.
As we go backstage with the TikTok rejects. That's Ashante the Adonis, by the way, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
There's one vote for yes. There you go.
That's Mrs. Trick Williams back there.
Yes.
Or Mensa. Uh-oh. Yeah, or Mensa. What was that?
That was me.
What the hell is happening here? This is straight up like college drama nonsense. This is what drives me away.
What is this whole relationship thing in WWE? Like,
this is why WWE still is the weakest of interest to me on a regular weekly basis outside PLDs. Anyway, we go back into wrestling, which actually fucking matters to me. We go back inside the NXT arena. The newcomers, I guess, are making themselves welcome in the most stupid way possible. Go effing figure. Anyway, Jessie Jane now in singles action alongside Jasmine Nix, looking to make Lola Vice look grotesque. If you know, folks. Of course, endorsed by Cody Rhodes with that mask. But we saw last week Tuesday, Walter. It was Carmen Petrovic with a great win, but Fallon Henry says, if you guys are going to make an example of all these rookies, take notice.
It started a new faction here.
Tuesday, so Ruka took Fallon Henry on one-on-one, and the match got thrown out because of Jessie Jane and Jasmine Nix and that ridiculous Pele kick. And it looks like we have a new alliance formed here in NXT.
Yeah, maybe a
toxic trio.
I was gonna say like a new version of Toxic Attraction. Just I don't know. We'll see what these trios call themselves.
Well, I mean, at this point, again, if you're trying to make a name for yourself, there's strength in numbers. Jessie Jane's been trying to make a name for herself ever since the fall of Toxic Attraction, putting that boot to the face of Gigi Dolan, who's out injured, by the way. And Jasmine Nix, one of the newest people on the scene right here. And Lola Vice again, traded over from MMA. And of course, Lola Vice has garnered a lot of favor with the NXT universe with her story and latest performance against Roxanne Perez, looking to knock Jessie Jane out.
But remember, Lola, Mamacita's hand is still compromised.
And you wonder if Jessie Jane will exploit that. And does it also render Lola Vice's best weapon weaker against her?
Yeah, can she have the same impact if she does the spinning back fist with the other fist?
So wait, again, you see Jessie Jane trying to show off here. Probably not a wise idea. They were taken down there by Lola Vice. And again, also after last week's actions, you wonder if Soruka might come to Lola Vice's aid or look for her own bit of revenge. Found Henry nowhere to be found either for the time being.
Lola's hand is heavily taped.
Let's go through, missing wildly with the kick. Caught with a thrust kick, though, by Jessie Jane.
Right, and there you go. That answers the question of whether she can take advantage of that.
And to your point, stop with the hand again. Look at this thrust kick, though. The side of the head just rocking Lola Vice here. And of course, Jasmine Nix taking underneath the learning tree of Jessie Jane here. Probably the most beautiful Pele kick I've seen to win her matches. Carmen Petrovic, of course, knows exactly what that feels like.
Slamming Lola's hand against the mat.
And of course, we saw
a couple fingers here.
And you also got to consider not just her hand, even though we see the tape on her compromised right hand, but what's the condition of Lola Vice's back after all those impacts with the code reds, those pop rocks? Again, it took five pop rocks, including one on the announce table, for Roxanne Perez to put Lola Vice down. A little bit of overkill, if you ask me.
Yeah, it was a little bit of overkill, but she had to put out all the stops to beat Mamacita, so she had to do what she had to do.
She has the fastest fists, the fastest, most lethal kicks, and teeing off right now against Jessie Jane. Lightning offense here by Lola Vice. Beautiful axe kick there to the back.
Yeah. Almost like an axe stomp.
Lola Vice might be looking to back it up. Hip attack in the corner.
I'm a little jealous.
And cover, hook of the leg. It's a 2 count. Both of these women jockeying for a potential challenging for the NXT Women's or the NXT North American Championship. As Kalani Jordan said earlier, after one challenge is done, now another challenge awaits. Pump kick by Jessie Jane rocks Lola Vice down to her knees.
You know, we talk about Mamacita having a target on her hand.
Oh,
she gets a spinning back fist!
It is all over! Just like that! Spinning back fist knockout!
Yeah, but how smart was that Noah to hit that against a mask?
It doesn't matter. It's how quick Lola Vice come in. Wait a minute! I found Henry from behind.
Henry.
Come on, seriously.
Now, does Lola have any friends?
Well, I talked about earlier, right? Attacking post bell, trying to make a statement. The numbers are not in Lola Vice's favor here. It's 3-on-1.
No, Mamacita's getting dominated right now.
And wait a minute. Here
comes Soruka!
2 other victims of this toxic trio. Oh, man, what a roundhouse.
Mamacita's got backup.
A super kick right there by Lola Vice. And right now, Soruka Petrovic coming to the aid of Lola Vice against a common foe, neutralizing Jessie Jane, Jasmine Nix, and Found Henry. The double super kick by Soruka and Petrovic here. Things heating up here in the NXT Women's Division. Trios turmoil here.
Lola's still nursing that hand, though. That's a big target on her for people to target.
Well, I mean, hey, what do you do against a terrible trio? You create a better, terrific trio. Lola Vice with some backup here tonight. We go backstage.
To some craziness here. Do you want to play?
I don't think Kalani Jordan realized what Tam Paxley meant.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I think she just picked up one that's supposed to represent Kalani Jordan.
I think we know who's coming after Kalani Jordan next for the NXT North American Women's Championship. As the sun rises here inside the arena, it's time for 6-person mixed tag team action. The OTM, Bronco Nima, Jaida Parker, and Lucien Price taking on the Good Brothers and Michin.
I don't know. I'm just a fan of Jaida, not the whole OTM.
Well, we'll see if this team truly can come out of the mud and into the sun. OTM in 6-person mixed tag team action next on NXT. All right, let's go ahead and see what's happening here. Yay, see. Well, fuck me. I'm a man of the people. All right, Jeff, make it official. Next week, we'll be back here, folks. Semi Reliable, we'll be covering NXT once again ahead of the Great American Bash. You got it.
I told you people were gonna like Simply Reliable, no.
They like it too much, in my opinion, but happy to serve.
My phone's having more issues than I was counting on, so I won't have the graphics for tonight, but we'll definitely have them throughout the day tomorrow.
All right. Well,
You're putting like crazy about the Disney streams, so.
Yeah, right. Well, we got a full commercial break here. Just to recap on what happened there. We saw Jesse Jane get knocked the fuck out by Lola Vice, at least for the 3 count, but was able to get up to your point, Walter. Damage done probably further to the right hand. And Lola Vice now apparently has garnered some respect and got some backup against this terrible trio. Now we have the terrific trio of Soruka, Kamen Petrovic, and Lola Vice, 3 men with their own unique backgrounds when it comes to athletics and sports. Taking on the trio now up to the Jasmine Nix, Jesse Jane, and Fallon Henry. I imagine we're going to get 6 women trios action soon to come, probably under extreme circumstances. I think the Grand American Bash, all fireworks are going to be let off.
Yeah.
And it looks like also Tatum Paxley found somebody else to play with. And it might involve the NXT Women's North American Championship.
I think we just found out her next opponent. Yep.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Again, with 2 weeks of Grand American Bash, I consider all the titles are going to be on the line across the 2-week special. It only makes sense. Well, as we got another commercial break here, again, folks, hope you are enjoying our coverage of NXT, and hopefully it actually brings you more fun, entertainment, and maybe, more worthwhile commentary to hear than what you hear on screen. Again, though, fuck television. But if you're enjoying this, please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. Hope you enjoy everything. Again, Wednesday, before we cover AW Dynamite 250, we take a tour down memory lane, the retro variety with Disney. Road to 70th begins. We also have top 10 all-time attractions and throwback to Disney karaoke night, open mic night last year. So stay tuned for more on that. And again, that is just the first part of your Wednesday as we'll shift into the Greg Cherry Show. As always, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 4 p.m. Pacific. And then following that will be our coverage of AEW Dynamite 250. We now know it will be Mercedes Moné defending the TBS Championship against Nyla Rose. It'll be Swerve Strickland, the AEW World Champion versus Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada. Champion versus champion. No titles on the line, but I think a lot more is on the line than meets the eye if you know what's ahead in AEW. Just saying.
I can't
and
believe
also,
Dynamite is at 250.
Right. And also will be Will Ospreay defending the AEW International Championship against everyone's favorite scumbag, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. And we will also hear from the winner of the Women's Owen Hart Foundation Tournament, Evil Glamour herself, Mariah May, in accordance to her actions done against timeless Tony Storm. And so much more ahead on AEW Dynamite 250. And of course, we also have, as we continue to roll through this week, Luck of the Draw is back, hosted by Greg Cherry. You can find it on the Greg Cherry brand, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Pacific. And of course, we will shift gears following that into our coverage from NXT on Tuesdays to the show that rules Thursdays. TNA Impact, the Go Home, the Slammiversary will be covered here, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. Of course, we'll be using the Insider variation, commercial-free 90 minutes. That's 8:30 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And shortly following that, we will be once again, I'll be moderating our edition of City Predicting as we predict Slammiversary, Thursday, July 18th, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's shortly following TNA Impact. You can stay tuned for the forum immediately following that panel's conclusion. And of course, our watch-along event schedule continues with a break on Friday into Saturday with a double feature. We'll be covering TNA Slammiversary here, Saturday, July 20th, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. As we're back here on NXT, following course Slammiversary will be Open Mic Night, Post-Slammiversary edition.
The usual Saturday shenanigans.
And yeah, that closes out the entire week. And it looks like even Paige might be looking to leave tonight. Oh.
What about what?
I say, or pinning him for 3 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
He may still be the NXT champion, but that's still quite an example set by Ora Mensah.
It's a visual.
Well, technically, it's not official, so I guess Ethan's right. He didn't pin him, but I saw him down for a 3 count.
Exactly. If he does that when it's official, we know what happens.
Yeah, what a fighting champion. He fights and then he leaves. Real brave.
Yeah, see, there's no good mention of Good Brothers. It just shows them there. So maybe we don't have to call them that anymore, Noah.
Well, either way, this is going to be too sweet for them in victory if they get it. Karl Anderson, Luke Gallows, and Michin, the Good Brothers, and the HBIC here in six-person tag team match. And, of course, this really boiled over after that street fight where Jaida Parker got the better of Michin using every possible tool in the toolbox, quite literally.
Everything but the kitchen sink.
Again, you see right now, Michin wearing red and black, seeing red. Here we go! It's already breaking down. Referee's lost all control, and the bell hasn't even rung.
Starting off hot.
Well, again, I mean, you figure about again how furious these two have been with each other. Jaida Parker and Michin have cost each other each possible opportunity they can, going all the way back to Battleground. And right now, no more verbal attacks, no more trash talk, no more street fights, just literally an all-out six-person war here in the middle of the ring, starting off with the women. And honestly, it's been about the women since the going.
This may be about who can just keep their emotions in check and focus, because you let emotions drive you. That's where you make mistakes.
Again, Jaida Parker attacking the midsection of Michin. Jaida Parker, a former volleyball player. Oh, all-time collegiate player.
Ouch.
Yeah, just dropping her body. Almost a senton drop across the ropes. And again, for a big drop, it eats nothing but canvas.
Yeah. And
Both
the impact on the spine that has.
Again, both these women have been at each other's throats ever since the fallout. High stack with the cover off the spine buzzer gets a 2 count. Been at each other's throats ever since the fall of that ladder match. Again, just a seated senton, seated senton there in the corner. German suplex released by Michin. Rocks Jaida Parker, now working Jaida Parker's lower back. Drop kick in the corner. And look at Jay making the tag.
Which means one of the men have to come in, and it's Gallows.
Lucien Price now up against Big LG Luke Gallows with sledgehammer fists.
Price no small man himself. He doesn't look that too much shorter than Gallows.
Again, you're bringing in the heavy hitters in this match, to your point. And Lucien, good strength!
Whoa, showing his strength.
That was incredible right there. I'll give the man credit.
That was a huge feat of strength.
Yeah, not many men can lift Luke Gallows up that high and take him down the mat, wiping out Karl Anderson in the process. Looking to come to the aid of his tag team partner, former IWGP, TNA, and Raw tag team champions. Hard clothesline in the corner as the OTM take control here.
Price dominating Gallows right now.
Back. And here comes Franco. Take a look at this again. Good God!
He literally lifted him over his head, no?
Yeah, one-arm power slam, to your point. Again, imagine what this would mean for the OTM to get a win here against these former tag team champions. Again, folks, emotions running at an all-time high tonight. Rockets, glare bombs bursting in midair. We'll be covering the NXT Great American Bash here. 2-week special. It is on Sci-Fi, so make sure you're aware of that. Tuesday, July 30th, and Tuesday, August 6th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll be coming back here at the Multiverse with me and Regular Wrestling JJ Williams. Unless he's unavailable, then we have Mr. Reliable. You'll be with Super Reliable during that excursion. Big uppercut there.
What is Gallows? 6'9", 280?
Yeah, he's about 6 foot 9. He's about 6 foot 9, 280 pounds. Oh, good grief! Why would he even put that up there? Yeah, Isla Dawn apparently has been scouting Jaida Parker as well, and what she brings to the table.
I try to keep my thoughts in check when Jaida and Mamacita are both on
because screen. That's what happens to me when Isla Dawn comes on screen.
You weak-minded simpletons. Neck cravat right now on Luke Gallows.
Hey, at least I can keep it professional and keep it in check, though.
I'll give you credit, unlike some people. I'm not saying names. You know who. And right now...
It's me. I'm some people.
I didn't have to say anything. Back elbow strike to Karl Anderson. And Luke Gallows right now needs to make a tag to his corner. Oh, wait, hooking him up, though, on the shoulders. Oh! Big awkward Samoan drop, though. Awkward landing.
Sort of like turned a Samoa drop into a flapjack almost.
Reaching out for the tag, and comes Michin. Jaida Parker back in now. The women duking it out.
Yeah, and there was no need for Jaida to tag because once a woman is tagged, it's automatically the other.
Jaida knew as soon as Michin got the tag, she was coming in. She was ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
And Michin right now taking control here for her team. Oh, my gosh. Combination offense here by the HBIC overhead parallel kick.
With the AJ Styles combination.
Cover. Kick out at 2. Brought into this form of WWE's Bull cover.
Oh!
German suplex release.
Suplex by Jaida, and she was dazed. Did you see the way she grabbed her? She was kind of already rocked.
Well, again, that sixth sense that a wrestler developed. And again, Jaida Parker is not a trained professional wrestler, folks. She is from the NIL program, only background in volleyball. Anderson in now. Kick to the midsection. Uppercut. The machine gun himself. Former never openweight champion. Former G1 Climax finalist. Anderson thrown in the corner, though. Boots caught in, though. The prize. Now up in the second rope here. Big neck breaker. Tag. This is what we know from the Good Brothers. I'll stay WWE conventional. Fuck WWE sometimes. You'll see. Hoisted up for the neck breaker. Gallus is legal into the cover. I still hate WWE for a number of reasons. And most of the production reasons. What? God, what a spine buster by Karl Anderson.
Whoa,
the hip attack. Hip tonic. It defeats.
Oof. The action didn't even let me get my words out.
On the outside. It's mostly just the music and the name conventions, folks. Just saying.
I was trying to say that spine buster reminds me of another Anderson, as in AA.
Uh-oh, the OC might be looking for that recipe. Magic Killer! 1, 2, that's 3, too sweet.
Whoa, that went unexpectedly for me.
Not for me. You don't argue with that level of experience and tag team chemistry that you get with the OC. Big win tonight for Michin and the Good Brothers, Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson. And of course, you know that Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson want to put their names back in the picture for the tag team titles.
Yeah, and who knows what role they'll play in the upcoming Japanese tour.
Right?
Japan tour.
Yeah, wait a minute. Oh, you do. What?
About what she saw last week. Yeah, they're
right now trying to lobby for position here.
They're pretty much implying what she saw, them getting rid of Damon Kemp, who was released, but pretty much they were getting rid of a body and stuffing it in the trunk last week, and then it's implied that was Kemp.
Well, either way, Winston Clare is unable to blackmail the son of Lord William Regal, looking to be part of No Quarter Catch crew, and I'll give her credit. There's some great grappling attempts here as Duke Hudson looks to grab the NXT North American Championship from the ruler of NXT. Are we on the verge of an upset here tonight as we get ready for our main event? Oh boy.
A bad
time here on NXT. For the NXT North American Championship and the MVP of Chase University here.
You know, you're not that far from enrolling there, Noah.
Can Duke Hudson do the unthinkable and beat the unstoppable, the ruler of NXT? Femi defends go against Duke Hudson. NXT North American Championship on the line next here on NXT. This is our main event after this commercial break.
Noah, the irony is not lost that his name is Duke, which is an actual university, and he's part of JC.
Don't remind me. Well, he's definitely got that confident look in his eyes. Speaking of confidence, how confident is Solo Sikoa right now in being the one of the bloodline to bring back the title home to the family after what happened last week, Friday night on SmackDown? We'll see the fallout of this and what condition the Viper Randy Orton might be in. Can Solo Sikoa avoid acknowledging, can Solo Sikoa force Cody Rhodes to acknowledge him? And can the LA Knight get Logan Paul to sign a contract? And so much more ahead on SmackDown this Friday as we prepare for the biggest event of the summer, SummerSlam.
Cody has history and should know, don't trust the Viper. He's a snake for a reason.
I think Cody Rhodes realizes that everybody in WWE is his enemy as long as he holds the undisputed WWE Championship. But hey, at least he defends it and showcases every week. What? That being said, We're just looking at the chat real quick here. Big G, always appreciate you, man. I look very forward while you're awake because I know how hard you work, my friend. Calling Bash at the Berlin with you, where we see if the King General arrives as champion or leaves as champion. And I welcome Big G because I welcome anybody encouraged to try and be part of the fun here in commentary. So that being said, there's a little bit of a public disclaimer and confession for you folks. Again, I am not part of that, but if you are part of that, just admit what you are and accept that judgment. That being said,
the ginger mush brain Michin. That's me because goddamn, Isladon's hot as fuck.
Oh, good grief almighty.
Just saying.
Anyway, JJ apparently likes Soruka a lot as well. I like her positive demeanor and definitely her tumbling background with that unique over-the-top cutter off the second rope, that springboard backflip cutter, the Soul Snatcher. Very unique move. I just hope that, again, we don't find a botch situation where she compromises herself or her opponent in the process. Because, again, that move is very, very unique but needs flawless execution.
Really?
And Jeff, looks like Kate Rare echoes your sentiment about Oba. Again, the motherfucker.
And motherfucker coming out soon, brothers.
And again, the most unstoppable force in NXT that I've ever seen since Asuka and her NXT Women's Championship run.
That's valid.
If I'm being perfectly honest here. And again, if you all want to dictate the conversation with questions, super chat, it is as simple as that, especially if it's off topic. Considering, again, tonight we're covering NXT, and then we have AEW and TNA through the rest of the week. And again, let it be known, folks, reliable. We'll be back here next week to give you the coverage again for NXT. I don't know if this is going to become a weekly thing, all right? So don't get your hopes up.
You must hate me, though. What did I start last week, Jeff?
I don't know what you started, dude. You gave me a freaking business purpose now, it seems, on Tuesday nights when I usually sleep.
Literally all the damn wrestling.
Yeah, right?
I started a monster, Jeff.
Quite literally.
We got NXT and TNA in the same way. We got NXT next week. The hell's happening here? Golly. What the hell's going to happen in 2025? Netflix coverage of Raw?
We is a gonna die. That's what's going to happen.
What am I becoming here? Wrestling days?
I still couldn't
Sunday, Monday, wrestling days.
I still couldn't believe they let the crowd get away with you effed up chants last night in USA. So imagine what they'll do on Netflix.
I mean, considering they're going to be unscripted and uncensored, sky's the limit. Anyway, again, we're still on a full commercial break here, folks. But thank you for tuning in to this NXT TV, keyword, standard TV coverage. Hope you've all enjoyed it. If you have, thank you again. Please leave a comment, tell a friend. We'll be back here next week to do it again as we prepare for our main event. A lot of simple developments here tonight on NXT. Figured about who's going to challenge for the NXT Championship, NXT Women's Championship, and the NXT Women's North American Championship. Not much to say about the tag team titles yet as we get ready here for our main event. And again, Jeff, you see the graphic here. The summer tradition's back once again before the hottest month of the year. And before everyone goes back to school, NXT brings the Great American Bash for you for 2 weeks, folks. That's July 30th and August 6th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sci-Fi due to USA hosting the Olympics. So stay tuned for more on that.
Bash. The event where King Booker won that title.
I remember that.
King Booker.
And as we go back here to NXT, it looks like Eddie Thorpe is hosting a party in Lexus King right now, trying to apparently be his own DJ here. And oh boy, oh no. Well,
Lexus King shouldn't be starting beats. He doesn't have the greatest
Lexus King probably blames Eddie Thorpe for costing him the Heritage Cup as we saw last week. And due to that fallout, can't believe I'm doing this. Next week on NXT, it will be Eddie Thorpe versus Lexus King. Lexus King looking for a bit of revenge against the DJ himself. Looking to drop more than a needle on him. And also, after what we saw here earlier tonight, it will be Ashante Adonis making his NXT return debut against Ora Mensah. One-on-one action next week, Tuesday night, live on USA, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And more to come.
Can you imagine if Joe Henry shows up 3 weeks in a row just because Simply Reliable?
Don't say his name.
3 weeks in a row.
Well, right now I know somebody who's about to show up here. And that's the ruler of NXT. The North American champion, undefeated, unpinned, unsubmitted, breakout star of the year.
The big bad motherfucker. These are what the three pigs were afraid of. The big bad.
Yeah, this Nigerian giant, this anomaly. Can anybody at this point overthrow the ruler of NXT?
I don't know. I think a certain champion in TNA might show up, man.
Well, we'll see about that, but that's still to come, Walter. Again, we've seen this guy tested for endurance and tested for strength. As we get ready, folks, this is our main event for the NXT North American Championship. The ruler, Femi, who simply says, no matter what the situation, the result remains the same. And I have a feeling that's going to remain the same here tonight. As we get ready here for our main event, let's go down to Mike Rome for their inductions.
Femi's the real Nigerian nightmare.
Yeah, right? He is not going to survive long.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy. Well, nice knowing you, Duke Hudson.
Right?
You'll probably stay at the casino. Representing Chase University, bleh. Duke Hudson, 6'5", 260 pounds. Finishing move, the childhood dream, also known as the Stratosphere. Can this dream come true tonight for Chase U's MVP? And meanwhile, you have the champion, Femi, 6'6", 310 pounds, who's looking to send Duke Hudson down with a fall from grace powerbomb.
There's only a 1-inch difference, but Oba just looks like he's so much bigger.
Yeah, but again, you figure about the weight differential here. Clearly, the power game in favor of Femi. NXT North American Championship match.
We might have to see a different side of Oba, though, because he can't throw Duke around like he did Wesley.
Are you sure about that? Because this guy's thrown around already giants, the likes of Josh Briggs and Dijak. Let's not forget, he's already beaten Dijak, Josh Briggs, Ivar, Joe Coffey, Wesley, to your point, and Brooks Jensen with 7 successful defenses. Our 22nd NXT North American champion. This is day 190 for the ruler, by the way.
Well, we start with the age-old collar and elbow tie up here.
Test your might. And notice, I will say this, though. Duke Hudson was in a war against the NXT Tag Team Champions at Heatwave. Chase U a split second away from regaining the Tag Team titles. And Duke Hudson is showing no signs of fatigue, no signs of damage. Femi has kinesio tape on that right shoulder.
As we get in some shoulder block checks to see who can take someone down.
Yeah, big back elbow strike underneath the jaw, though. Just stop that offense. In the side headlock now by Femi. Chase U in the corner of the MVP in full here tonight. Riley Osborne, Via Hill, and Ridge Holland. And I do wonder again, Walter, Ridge Holland was in the corner of Chase U at the Heatwave. Could Chase U maybe have came out with the NXT Tag Team Championships?
It's possible. Rich Holland is just trying to prove himself here.
Ooh.
Trying to earn his scholarship as to why he's in there.
I don't even know how he enrolled and why he did that. Irish Whip and Femi right now taking Duke Hudson down.
I think Duke needs a break. I thought he rolled from under the rope, but he just backed into the corner.
At this point, what game plan do you do against this guy? Again, Tyler Ganoli, James Hands, we have pin bar submission inside the ring. And again, how do you beat the unbeatable, it seems?
I don't think there is a game plan. You just swing.
You just swing and hope for the best.
Pretty much.
Duke Hudson right now looking to man up and take him big. Oh, that's Harris.
That's a big man doing that.
And Duke Hudson right now going to do this on his own. Big shoulder block takes down the ruler. Gets to the midsection. DDT. Femi run for the moment.
Yeah,
he's going to have to put out all the stops. Clothesline takes Femi up and over to the floor. And Duke Hudson right now with the momentum in the early going.
He's got him down to one knee there, Noah.
Can Duke Hudson do the unthinkable and become the NXT North American champion? Stay tuned. We'll keep you up to date. Wrestling Quality, picture in picture. Fuck television.
Why are we going to break with 2 minutes to go on the show? I got a school meeting to get to here. What the hell?
I have a feeling you're going to get an overlay here, Jeff.
God damn, overruns. God, I hate this shit.
Well, TV also sucks. Let's just put it out.
Yeah, I guess.
Knuckle lock here. Going back to a different form test of strength here right now. Both men vying for the dominant position. Duke Hudson, of course, also part of a former NXT breakout tourney. Didn't win it, though. Unlike Femi, who literally won his breakout tourney and cashed in the same night against Trey to become the NXT North American champion. Femi right now exercising his will. Bringing Duke Hudson down to a knee. The people of Chase U trying to will Duke Hudson back up to his feet. Vertical position. Oh, and then knee to the midsection. Force the break. Doesn't you think you have momentum going against Femi? He neutralizes you.
Duke literally hanging over the middle rope there.
And again, the ruler just exercising his will against his challenger, his latest victim, and driving his shoulders hard into the torso of Duke Hudson, knocking the wind out of him. Massive shoulder block, and that's saying something for this guy. Now looking to hoist Duke Hudson up. Again, though, you see Duke Hudson, though, with leverage right now, grounding himself and pushing Femi in the corner with the shoulder block, with shoulder blocks of his own now, trying to wear down the ruler. And that's the thing. No matter what, we have seen Femi taken to the distance. And it seems like there is no wear fatigue on this guy. Oh, my gosh.
I said it at the beginning, Duke's not a small man either. It's just a strength difference.
Yeah, but again, you got to imagine the strength difference here. But Femi still has more strength. Hard Irish whip, torso first, to Duke Hudson in the corner, knocking the wind out of him again. And the last thing you want to do is fight Femi anywhere from but a vertical position. Ooh.
Yeah, you don't want to get into fisticuffs with him either. He's pounding the Duke right now.
Well, the thing is, we've seen every match of Femi be physical. No one's been able to take him down technically. And maybe that's the Achilles heel towards the ruler of NXT.
Yeah, I mean, anyone big like that, you want to take off their feet.
And right now, we're back here on NXT for the NXT North American Championship. Femi versus Duke Hudson here. Duke Hudson right now trapped in a rest hold, chin lock, and the knee driven into the back as Duke Hudson, the MVP at Chase U, trying to create a Rudy moment here, willing himself back up to his feet, trying to force separation here from Femi, trying to break free. Trying to get a championship dream achieved. And again, a shot to the small of the spine takes Duke Hudson down.
A forearm straight to the spine there, Noah.
And again, Femi right now, gotta feel frustrated at this point, the fact that Duke Hudson probably been in this match as long as he's had. Irish whip, and again, Duke Hudson thrown in the corner.
Yeah, to Jeff's point, they didn't give him good timing for this match.
Well, I think Femi pretty much thought this was going to be a walk in the park, less than 5 minutes. An Irish whip right now, hoisted up. Oh! Big sidewalk slam with the cover, 2 counts. They see
with the strength of Obi, every small regular moves just looks so much more impactful coming out of him.
Well, everything Femi does is straight up just power, okay? It's nothing but domination offense here. Again, Fiat Hill, Andre Chase, Riley Osborne, and Ridge Holland all here in the corner of Duke Hudson. Nice jawbreaker there, though, by Duke. Forces separation. Now back to the Irish whip. Femi able to counter. Oh, boy. Oh, God!
Ouch!
And from the Uranaga position into the backbreaker. One more time. Again, driving all of his force into the spine of Duke Hudson. Cover, hook the leg, 2 count. Again, as Duke gets the left shoulder up.
Duke's back has got to be on fire right now.
Hey, you think? Yeah, Duke Hudson right now enduring the wrath of the ruler. And once again, up on the shoulders. The snake eyes across the top turnbuckle.
Both his names are actually esteemed universities.
And up and over. But Duke has reversal! The Lara press the hook of the leg. You can't 2 counts. And again, all it takes is 3 seconds to create history and achieve a dream.
I think that pissed Obi more off more, Noah.
And again, right now, oh my God!
Oh! A knee out of the corner. Was that a knee or a kick?
That was a big boot, bro. He caught him
Okay.
running in with that. Almost down. And Duke Hudson right now with the biggest chance he's had in this matchup, driving his boot into the face of the ruler after Rich Holland got him this opportunity. Duke Hudson looking for his first singles championship in NXT, teeing off against the ruler, body shots, big right hand, Irish whip, sent up the ropes, takes him down with a clothesline, and Duke Hudson right now trying to will himself back in this, and the jab.
You don't want to get into a fist fight with Obi Femi.
But sending the North Paw and the Chase U bionic elbow kicks. And the challenger has all the momentum back.
No,
Duke Hudson could bring a championship home to Chase University over the top with the plunger.
I wasn't expecting that, Noah.
I wasn't expecting Duke Hudson to still be alive, I'm being honest with you here. And I don't think Duke Hudson even expect that. You saw a look at his face. Gotta realize, though, he can only in the tile inside the ring. And Duke Hudson up and over. German suplex.
Oh, like a release German suplex.
Just the half cover, kick out.
Literally within half a second there, Noah.
Oh, my gosh. I will give Duke Hudson all the credit in the world. He is going toe-to-toe right now with the most dominant force in NXT. And right now, we saw how far Dante Chen took Oliver Page earlier tonight for the NXT Championship. Duke Hudson looking to go further than that with a victory. And now looking for something big out of the corner here. Inside second row position. Looking to hook up the ruler. Big headbutt over Femi. Create separation. And Oba right now changes position. Going inside the second rope. Duke Hudson, though. The handstand. What the hell? Are you kidding me? A Frankensteiner.
Duke has got all the momentum now.
A little stratisfaction by Duke Hudson here. All the momentum on the side of Duke Hudson to become champion right now. Can he hoist him up? Uh-oh. Back body drop. Duke Hudson. Look at big Oba down.
He held on to Obi.
And Oba, though, got him, though. It's got him goozled. Oh, boy. Oh, up in the fireman's carry. Duke Hudson change the position. And awkward position. Crucifix kick out by Oba Femi.
No, that was close.
And very close here. Oba, though. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. God damn, what a choke slam.
Never mind that.
Man, that's it. It's not over.
Duke kicked out.
What?
This is a main event, Noah.
Chase University right now can't believe it. I can't believe it. Oba Femi can't believe it. Might need to stand from a fall from grace at this point. Oh, what the hell is Oba looking for here?
Avalanche choke slam?
Oh, boy.
Oh,
this is dangerous.
For both men.
Duke Hudson right now. What the hell is he looking for here? Sunset flip power bomb! Covered by Duke Hudson! Kick out!
Oh! Where are both of these men getting it from, Noah?
I don't even know what the hell to say right now. Well, both these men are getting this from. I don't know where Duke Hudson's getting this from. How the hell is Duke Hudson taking this? Uh-oh. Oba Femi, though. Oh, God!
No, I don't think I've ever seen anyone challenge Oba the way Duke is right now.
And Duke Hudson, though, just got planted on the announce table, hoisted up. And now Oba Femi bringing it back inside the ring. That might have been the last rally for Chase U's MVP.
I think it's over.
In, Oba Femi.
Pop up
power bomb. Cover to return. Oba Femi wins again. The result remains the same.
That was hard fought, though, Noah.
I'll give Duke Hudson credit. He took it to the ruler, but the ruler remains on his throne, unopposed, unpinned, unsubmitted, undefeated. But he was pushed tonight.
He was in a war today. Come on, can that be right? Come on, Boost. Pop up out of nowhere.
Take a look at the replay here. This sunset flip power bomb was the damnedest chance Duke Hudson had in winning. I literally thought he had it there. And then again, that pop-up fall from grace of sorts, backdrop suplex on the announce table, set him up for a pop-up power bomb, and the dream is dashed for Duke Hudson.
Dude can literally he can walk around with his chin up though, man. He took it to Oba.
Again, you can applaud the effort all you want, but I think because it was looking more than just a participation award. Again, who could stop the ruler of NXT? And can anybody get a victory here at Chase University?
I don't know the answer to either of those questions. I don't know who's going to take on Oba.
Ola Femi, still NXT North American champion as we go outside the arena here with Josh Briggs and Brooke Jensen.
What is this?
What?
They booked this challenge?
I mean, it's not the first time they challenged her one-on-one, to be fair.
No.
And looks like Brooks wants to face his former tag partner again in a no disqualification match.
I'm curious to know who's driving there.
I think I have an idea, but in the meantime,
I do too.
Josh Briggs left out alone with more questions than answers as we leave you here tonight from NXT for Jeff motherfucking Michin, for Mr. Reliable Walter Cruz. I am the Superman Noah Foster. Thank you for tuning into our coverage, this special coverage of this standard edition of WNXT. That was unique.
Okay, sorry about that.
No, you're fine. I give credit where credit's due. That was a pretty fun episode to deal with here. I mean, it was. I definitely got more wrestling than I did here on Monday Night Raw. And overall,
with the most random appearance.
That Duke Hudson coming that close, though, definitely picked things up here. And again, Joe Hendry. So that was good stuff. That's one watch along down. So let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. And again, folks, thank you for tuning in, your support. Hope you enjoyed. You want more of this, you're going to get more of this. We will be back next week covering NXT again, but stay tuned for all this coming tomorrow, Wednesday, here at Multiverse of Me, as this is only the first of 4 watch-along events this week across 3 different companies.
Before we go, though, I got to get Jeff. Who the hell you think can actually beat Oba?
Femi?
Yeah,
nobody. Nobody.
Accurate.
They're the bad motherfucker. Like I said, man, I don't say it just because I sound like Sam Jackson saying it. He's a bad motherfucker.
If you watch Marigold, there's a developing female bad motherfucker there called Bullzilla that I would like.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Perez.
Oba may end up being a double champ and getting that NXT title.
Honestly,
it
wouldn't surprise me at all one bit. And he can hold both down clearly based on what we're seeing here. I think the possibilities with him is limitless.
Yes. I'm going to send us home because I got to get back into the school conversation, but I will encourage everybody again to tune in tomorrow, starting at 9 a.m. across the multiverse as we rebroadcast 2 of our classic Disney theme episodes to celebrate the start of the road to Disneyland's 70th anniversary, with the dads and with the open mic night karaoke, Disney karaoke, the Greg Cherry Show, and of course our watch along of Dynamite number 250. Lots to talk about tomorrow between Disney and on the Greg Cherry Show, and of course major happenings going on tomorrow out at AEW Dynamite 250 for the Simple Man, for Mr. Reliable. I am the Meech. We'll say good night from the NXT arena and from the Jeff Meacham Network Multiverse of Media. Have a good night, folks.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.